So, I made a trip up to Newmarket, recorded some Nerd Rage Radio, and a question was asked. And I was like, that's a pretty good question. A good opening question. Kind of fucked up, those ones. What's something you're insecure about?
Honestly, let's see.
Yeah.
Or no, let me make up something to say.
Huh?
It is funny when people will be like, honestly? Duh.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Not lie to me.
Like, give me some bullshit. Like, I asked the question because I want you to fuck with
All
me
right,
right now.
insecure. I don't like smiling in pictures. I feel like I have a goofy smile. I got a few things. I'll be honest. This damn wrinkle on my forehead, I didn't notice it till last year.
It's a wisdom line, son. It means you're smart.
Yeah, but and I have had it longer than I thought. 'Cause I was like looking at old pictures, like, oh damn, I just didn't notice it.
You've been smart as shit for a long time.
And the hairline going back a little.
Okay.
And I say I wish I had some nice pretty teeth. I didn't get to have braces when I was a kid.
I avoided going to the dentist because I was afraid of braces. Every time my grandma would bring it up, I would change the subject quick. Yeah, we got to get you a dentist appointment. Yo, grandma, I also broke my glasses. And she forgot. And I just haven't been to the dentist since. I don't want to say
it's been a
what
long
year.
time since I've been. Yeah, I need to go. I think, but yeah, my teeth are crooked as hell. I mean, not like jack-o'-lantern crooked.
Did
But
you have your wisdom teeth removed?
yeah, I did have that. That's the last time I think I went to the dentist.
So I didn't have mine removed. My bottom row is all like jagged and fucked.
Yeah, I have one that's
And I
like
think that's part of
pushed
it.
in. And then when I was a little kid, I sucked my thumb, so I got that overbite.
That's always wild to me. Like not kids that suck their thumb, but like grown-ups that still suck their thumbs. Like, yo, son,
Hey, I get it though.
what
'Cause
trauma did you go through?
Well, yeah. So one of the things
Like
I
as a-
looked up was like it's very common among children of abusive alcoholics. So I was like,
So, and that's the thing.
It's a
it's like,
security thing.
As a kid, yes, but like I know a few adults. Well, I knew a few adults. I don't know. Maybe I haven't talked to them in years, so I guess I don't know them now. But I guess I knew them, so I don't know how the fucking terminology goes. These cats out there sucking their thumb, they grown ass.
Well, they do it in public. That's wild.
That's even wilder. That shit just.
So I do remember seeing that a few
Blows
times
my
in
mind,
high school.
yo.
Like, man, at least be a closet thumb sucker.
Yeah, like do that shit. Like, yeah, can I go to the bathroom?
Have a little thumb sucking break.
So my insecurity, I mean, I don't really have like, I don't know that I necessarily have a whole bunch. I mean, I'm open about most things, so I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm hiding anything. One insecurity I do have is smell, mostly because of my stomach, because it's just something I can't control, and people don't get that. People don't understand it. So people, whether they get it or understand it, it's like, yes, it stinks. And the thing is, there may not be a smell. I don't know, but I'm, sometimes worried about it. But then also there are times where I lean into it, where I'm like, you know what? Fuck y'all. Embrace this shit. This is who I am. But it is still an insecurity of mine. I think also for me, it's like, and I was thinking about it more later on in the night as, these cats went to new topics left and right. And I'm still thinking about, damn, dude, what am I insecure about? I do think and I see this in my daughter, and it's something like I was telling Sarah, this might be a problem, like lack of focus. Like if you give me a book, I can read. I'm not illiterate, but I can't focus. Like I have to read like a sentence 5 times before it sticks. I'm
Yeah,
really
I
fucked
have
up
the
about
same issue. It seems if I'm under a crunch though, then I can focus. But it's like if I have time, it's very hard for me to focus. My mind just starts thinking about 5 other things at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing with my daughter right now. Like, I was just talking to her because she's like, I can't go to sleep. It was like, well, part of the problem is you're downstairs. You should be in bed. You can't sleep if you're walking down the stairs. And what I've been doing with her lately is I'll say something. Now, I don't say a lot of words. I'll say a couple words and I'll say, what did I just say? And she was like, I can't remember. was like, because you're not listening. You're thinking about a million other things. And granted, she's 6. I get it. But I also know that I do that now as a, 40-plus-year-old man. And I've always done it. So what I do with her now is like, all right, well, so I was like, pay attention. There's going to be a test. I'll say, something real short, a short statement. Like, I need you to pick up your Legos and put them in the bin over there. What'd I just say? Pick up the Legos. Perfect. It was like, now it's working. Just small instructions, which, I mean, I've always known that, back in my teaching days. You don't tell a kid, hey, I need you to go pick up the Legos, clean the table, go wash your hands, do a backflip, go read a book. It's like, short instructions. But I don't know. I worry about that with myself and then now my daughter, because it's like.
I remember a history class when we had those social study books. I couldn't read them to save my life. Like, I just couldn't pay attention. They were so, the way they were written was just so boring, and I just couldn't do it. It'd be so tedious. I'd just like skip pages, just get through it. And
is there because I like history. Is there like school wise, when it came to like academics, what was a subject that you really enjoyed, and you could focus on it, if there was any at all?
I'm trying to think. I mean, math stuff.
Nerd.
I wouldn't say I liked it, but it was like, I guess figuring out the problems would keep me. I like that math has an exact answer.
Okay.
So you can figure it out. Where, to me, some history and some other classes are a little subjective. So I'd be like,
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Like, one class that stands out in my mind of college was this anthropology class I had to take. And all of that was based on theories, but were tested as if it's fact. And I didn't like that, because I'd be like, what humans evolved from, all those names. I don't remember them now, but it was like Homo erectus, something. And when you really look into what they found, it'd be like a fragment of a skull. They didn't find like a whole skeleton. So I was like, so we're just going to be tested as if this was truth? We looked like this at one time? Like, there was not much evidence, to be honest.
Well, that's what.
And I just didn't like that, because I'd be like,
So I always think about like old shit, like old, like I guess like caveman days and shit, and dinosaurs. Even it's like,
even really dinosaurs know? Really. I mean, it's again, it's just like fragments of bones. We don't find like perfectly preserved skeletons like it looks like in a Jurassic Park.
They found some, like, not like connected, but like, like it died right here and it didn't get. They found a couple, but my whole thing is like, well, this motherfucker had feathers.
Which, we don't know what the skin was like. Nothing.
And that's some of the theories now that they're talking. It's like, well, they theorize that this motherfucker might have feathers.
So, how wild would it be if we could go back in time and see what it was really like, though?
Let's
just
not.
Big ass dinosaurs.
Son.
How the hell did the world go from dinosaurs to us?
Very, very long time, apparently.
But maybe we were there.
Well, there's some people that
dinosaurs ate our bones.
There's some people that carry Bibles that believe that we all roam the earth together. Doesn't sound like paradise to me. So just letting that sit there.
And it's not creepy at all to drink the blood or eat the bread of the body,
Sounds like cannibalism to me, but
I mean, that weirded me out right away. This is the body. Wait, why are we drinking it?
I don't know that I want to go into this realm, because there's been some shit going on this week in my brain where I'm like, ugh, look, I don't know if y'all know this, but some of that shit sounds like bullshit. But y'all keep saying that shit's like, no, it's fact. Nah, son.
What's crazy is we have freedom of religion, but like mad laws are based on religion.
They're not supposed to be.
I know, but they are.
These motherfuckers are oh, this is a Christian nation.
So it's on our dollar, in God we trust.
Yeah,
I heard something recently that was kind of interesting of like just the birth certificate of like pretty much means you're owned by America.
I mean,
it's like a contract.
So the birth certificate, the fucked up thing about the birth certificate and all that shit is, okay, so Sophie's born. We're at the hospital doing all this shit. They give us like this paper. It's not the birth certificate, but it's like essentially like the application for your birth certificate, I guess. You know, we have to fill out all the shit. Then we have to pay, get a birth certificate. It's like, what? So, what if I don't pay to get the birth certificate? Well, then your kid can't go to school. Your kid can't do much of anything because they don't have a birth certificate. Can't get a social security card. Can't get health insurance. It's like, wow. Seems like that's kind of a scam.
I mean, everything's to make money. I guess they got to create a record of you. So make sense a bit.
Yeah.
But why do we have to pay for it?
I can't remember how much we had to pay for the birth certificate, but it seemed a little excessive.
You know what I didn't know? So, I don't know if I told you about this, but my license plate on my car was the original license plate I had at 16.
Yeah.
And that was even before I got it. So, I don't want to say I'm old.
I mean,
but my license plate was basically black for how long I've had it. So it was on the 79 Malibu in my first car. And it was funny because my dad remembered that license plate. He was like, that was from the Malibu, wasn't it? Because I saw him like a few months ago. I was like, yeah, that's the original license plate. And I don't know when you got it. It could have been from my grandmother even when she had the 79 Malibu. So I finally was like, all right, I'm going to get a new license plate because it just looks so dirty. Like my car... It's kind of a fast car, and like I got this stupid license plate that just looks filthy because it's so old. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna get a new license plate, I'm just gonna pick the number so I can remember it. And it cost extra to get a custom license plate.
Yeah,
no problem. It was like $80. I'm like, all right, it's one time. I didn't know you get charged $100 every time you do the registration, which is every 2 years, extra for that. It's like that was not known.
Son.
So for the rest of the time I get this custom license plate, I have to pay extra for it. And I was like, why is it not a one-time fee? It's a fucking license plate. How valuable is that? Why would you get charged for the rest of your life for it?
Greedy. Yeah, greedy. Like you and Sarah are the only two people I know that like I saw your first car with a license plate and like yeah, you know, most recent cars have the same license plate. Everyone else that I know, that's a new tag. Well, I know, especially for me, because I still remember my tag for my the Honda Civic, the hatchback. It was FLH 138. I still remember that for some reason. I don't know why, but all my other tags were just wild ass numbers. It was like, this shit is dumb.
I will say I didn't exactly enjoy my first license plate either because it was GMM.
Yeah.
And I was like, that used to be the acronym. GM was for gay male. I was like,
I mean,
we can switch that up.
I mean, if that's what you're thinking, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I never thought about it that way. I know I
Grandma, man.
Grandmama.
Grandmama. I should have said Grandmama.
But yeah, that shit's all a fucking racket. Just always trying to make money off of something.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried. So when I turned in the tags, it did have specific instructions at the place, like to wrap these rubber bands around it. It had a thing of rubber bands, but it was empty. So I was like, I'm not coming back. I drove all the way here. So I had what my license plates, the new ones came in, was like a plastic sleeve. I put them in there. I was like, this should be fine.
It's fine.
But I turned them in and I still don't have a record of receipt. Like, it's been months now. Like, what the hell? They better not try some funny business because I've heard of the MVA doing some funny fines of like, you don't know that you didn't do something years ago.
We were just talking about that at work about your license being suspended. So I guess I was talking about it at work. My manager was like, "Yeah, she got a notice." I was like, "Wow, you got a notice?" Because I never, ever, ever in the history of a license ever got a notice when my shit was suspended. But when I get pulled over, they're like, "Well, how do you not know your license is suspended?" I was like, "What? How am I supposed to know?" And I remember the one officer was like, "Well, you're supposed to check up on your license." I was like, really? Like, okay.
Yeah, well, where is that lesson taught?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I've heard of stories of like the tolls. So I think the toll from like a lot of the areas from Washington to DC It's not actually a state. That little shortcut, I forget what it's called. They call it like the inter-county something connecting, whatever. But if you have the Easy Pass, it'll be used and you get charged. That's what you pretty much need in Maryland these days. That one, it's owned by like some Russian company
Of course.
that bought the high. They made the highway, so if you don't have one of those Easy Passes, you're supposed to like check yourself that on the MVA that you got a charge for the toll, and if you don't check it, they'll just continue to charge you the interest. And there was a ton of cases that first year of people owing like thousands of dollars because they just kept doing the fee of them not paying off their toll, but they're not even getting anything, and it's by a friggin' Russian private company.
So, and I don't know if this, like, so Sarah drives a lot of times to Virginia for work. She has to go through the tolls. You know, like, they now have those tolls where it's just like, you're not going through anything. It's just, they hit you with the camera. And she gets a notice for it. Like, that, it could be now that it's changed, but she gets a notice. She always pays those shits off quick. The only fucked up thing about it is, it takes so long for those things to get to you that you almost miss that deadline.
Yeah, and some people probably don't open their mail. Some people
I check my mail like once, maybe every 2 months.
So they're not expecting that. And then you don't go through tolls anymore. Pretty much no toll booths have workers anymore. They take a picture of your license plate. Mm-hmm. And then, so I have the Easy Pass, so I'm good in terms of like, you could set it up when you get it, that once it gets down to a certain amount, it just reloads it up to like $15, say. So I feel comfortable with that. But I was like, people that don't have it, like you go through the Bay Bridge, I don't know if it charges you or not. There's no more toll booth.
I don't know, man.
What are you going to go online, wait for your bill, keep checking for it every week? And as soon as you don't pay it, every month you get interest?
I mean, that's a crazy thing, too. Interest is a crazy thing, dude. Like, it's just like, man.
I refuse to buy anything I have to pay interest on besides a car.
Yeah.
But I'll have usually a low rate. But, like, I have one credit card, and it's by Best Buy. And Best Buy has a thing, like, for something a certain amount, if you pay it off during that time, it'll be 0% interest. Like, well, I'll do that.
Yeah, I don't have any cards anymore. I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. Like I'm not dancing the dance game. I don't want to play this game. And they're like, well, if you don't do it, you won't have credit. You won't build credit. Like, yeah, well, I have a house. That's working for me.
Well, I can tell you,
I just paid off the car.
I bought this kind of expensive for me laptop. My credit went down. I was like, I thought they want you to use credit. So I was like, I don't understand. Why'd it go down? I didn't miss any payments.
I don't know, man. I don't even try to understand this shit anymore. Like, we're in this goofy fucking tube that...
Yeah, they want you to be in a little debt. You can't be in no debt.
Well, it's like my mother-in-law, I think the, like, credit score is, like, perfect. And, like, yeah, good for you. Proud of you. It's like, okay. Like, I don't know. It's just like, okay, for what? I mean, I guess, in reality, they can get whatever they want. They'll always be able to get a loan, shit like that. But they're the kind of people, they don't need that, though.
Yeah, probably because most people that have good credit, and I do have decent credit. It took a dip when I bought this computer for some reason. But once I pay it off, my credit limit actually increased. So my score will probably be higher than it's ever been. But, yeah, it was like, I don't buy stuff I can't afford. So I'm assuming probably most people with good credit are the same way. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe. Well, and that's the thing, though. The people who have trash credit are the ones. And I mean, and part of having trash credit, though, is making trash decisions.
Oh, yeah. People are like, I got a $10,000 limit.
So, I mean, I remember freshman year of college, walking through the lobbies of HCC. And they had the setup right there. So they hit you right there. Oh, come on over here and get a credit card. Huh? Like, what's a credit card? You get a $300 limit. Huh? Like, all right, let's rock and roll. Let's go. Got a quick credit card, $300 limit. Like, what do I do with it now? Well, I got a car. Get gas. use it for gas, shit like that. But then I was like, wait a minute, I can buy other shit with it, and like I've always kind of I have this thing with buying stuff. And I try to explain to my daughter with Tooth Fairy money and shit. It's like you have money if you're spending it on something. Like I don't like to like I buy junk food like honey buns and shit, but I try to be mindful of like not buying like a lot like shit that I don't have anything to show for. Especially now, it's like you know with this Instagram money that comes in, I put it towards the podcast stuff. So, getting some new microphones.
Well, we're about to have some shirts. I designed them. They're going to look tight.
Not coming out of my Instagram money.
No, it's coming out of my money.
Good.
And I'm printing so few, it's not worth. Like, can't sell them yet because the amount I would have to sell them for would be too much.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of thing though too. What was it? What podcast is it? Jiu-Jitsu Junkies? No, Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. That's what it's called. So I always tell people, when I encounter, I just say, do a podcast, dude. It's fun. Have a blast. I use podcasts for therapy. Like, speaking of which, I went back to therapy this week. Fun times. But like one of the hosts of that show, he goes, I tell people not to do a podcast, and he starts going over why. It's like because it's expensive, and they go around their studio. He's like, "See this? This is It's like, well, you don't have to get like a personalized banner in the background that says Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. First off, dummy, like,
Yeah, you should work your way up to there.
Yeah.
You start getting a following, then maybe invest more.
Yeah, I mean, like I have a sticker on the back of the laptop. Pretty cool. Couple stickers. That's it. And I have some in the drawer. If people are like, dude, I want stickers. I got you, dog. But otherwise, I'm not selling stickers. I have the link for the shirts. If people want to get shirts, I'm not paying anything for them though. So, but he's like my first, I think, 2 years before the podcast even launched. He was like, I bought a bunch of shirts and I was just giving them away. He was like, my wife gave me a hard time about it. It was like, I get what he's saying. They're putting their name out there, building a brand, like growing before they got going. I get it. But it's like, that's risky. Because what if, okay, you're passing out these shirts, you put this show out there, and it could be good, but nobody hears it. It's like, it's a risk. I mean, it's like, okay, we get Colompton shirts. Cool. People see them. We wear them out to the bar. We wear them out to Baltimore. We wear them out to D.C. Wear them out anywhere we go. People are going to ask questions like, oh, shit, what you got? What's that? You put them onto it, and, like, honestly, that's how you do it, though. Once people garner that interest, you just fucking build from there. So, I mean, but, yeah. I know for Off the Mats, if you're a guest on the show, typically I give a shirt. Like, I'll order a shirt for people and, like, here. Just take a shirt. Cost me a couple bucks to do it. And I know some people are like, oh, it still costs you money to do it. Well, yeah, it's not like it's cost me $30 to do it. It's cost me like $8. Take a shirt. And Instagram money. Like, they just be sending me money now. Well, I think Instagram's about to figure it out, though. They're not supposed to be sending me money. I think Instagram's going to be like, hold up. You've broken all the rules. And we're still paying you. It was like, yeah. Do something, bitch. And they're like, we will. Disconnect. And I'm like, fuck. No, because this month's payment, I thought I wasn't going to get it. Because I kept clicking on the link and it was showing like last month, paid. This month, it wasn't even showing pending. Now I go to click on eligible. And it kept saying there's been an error. I was like, oh no. They figured it out. And then I looked it up on Saturday morning, Friday going into Saturday. It said X amount paid. I was like, word. Then I looked at my bank account. I was like, fuck, it's the weekend. I ain't gonna see that shit until Monday. So, still order microphones though.
Sweet.
Well, additional microphones because I know I got some episodes upcoming that I'm gonna need. Well, I got 3 microphones. I'm gonna need 5 or 6 microphones. So, making big moves, my friend. Making big moves. Quantity over quality.
Let's just put microphones everywhere. Yo, that one, the
Microphones,
first
just
podcast
dangling.
I got into was wild. It was called DVD ASA. It was ahead of its time. It was wild. But one of the things they did when they started doing the multi-camera of the different people in the episode, because one of the hosts was Asa. That's why it was called DVD ASA. She's that famous Asian porn star.
I'm aware.
They put that the camera on everyone's face, but one camera was on her face. It was kind of funny.
Hey,
Didn't show any nudity, but it was just like it was kind of a funny thing to do. Having the 4-way camera, and that's where one of the cameras are.
my plan in here, like I've been saying, was to get a setup here behind the couch. I saw something I wanted to get, but I gotta wait for another Instagram check because I can't. Like, it's not like, yes, they pay me, but they don't pay me a bunch. So it's based off of the content. Like how many hits I get. And this month I did better than the last month. But it's still one of those things where it's like I can't guarantee that August is going to look great, but hopefully things are smooth and I can get this table for behind here, and it should be good. Because I was going to try to move this over there. I was like, I don't feel like, because then I gotta sort out cables and everything. I was like, I don't feel like doing that. Then I grabbed a sound board. I was like, okay, I gotta figure that out. And I don't really want to fuck with that right now.
That's what I can't wait till we move, because I bought that bar type table behind the couch.
Yeah.
But I'm leaving it in the box till I move. So
Yeah.
we got, I guess it's about a month now.
Wow, what's the move date again?
So I think
It's a Wednesday.
23rd is when we can move in, which is a Tuesday. But I'm gonna get the truck Wednesday, because that way I can have the full day. Because just in case something happens where I can't get the keys right away or something, I'll probably move some things in over that first day.
I know I'm doing a half day on the 25th, and then so that's a Thursday, and I'm doing a half day on a Wednesday. So if you need some help, I can help somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think it was. We're the first floor, so that's gonna be good. I'm gonna get rid of some things. I just hope my brother packs some things into some boxes.
I hate that dude. Sorry, we're watching. There's a fight on in the background.
Where did I go? I want to. You see the Drake bet? That
Was
was wild.
No,
So he bet on him and the girl.
of course.
I think he put $2 million, something close to that. But it was weird. That doesn't make sense though, because they said the payout was 3.7. Well, okay, so that's probably what he made on top of it. So he got his $2 million back and then 3.7. So that would make sense because it was a parlay bet. But he promised them Rolexes, which if you won 3.7 million, Rolex ain't shit.
I want to push Drake down a flight of stairs. I don't know if that
Yeah,
sounds
he's
too
annoying as
aggressive.
hell. I'm baffled by how many people love him.
I don't, and the thing is, I don't have a reason to dislike him. It's people that make me dislike him. He's probably a wonderful guy, but people are all on his nuts, and I'm like, can y'all calm the
I
fuck
don't know.
down?
So, I don't listen closely to his lyrics, but his voice annoys the hell out of me. I just don't like it. And then, we've seen some Drake things. We've sent each other some funny Drake things. He's a clown.
Fuck that dude.
If you grew up in our era, probably not a big fan of Drake.
But there's a thing to it though. Too, it's like there's a matter of respect for what the dude does, but that
loaded.
doesn't mean I'm a fan.
He's able to bet $2 million on some UFC parlay shit.
Dummy.
Which means, you got to hit both of them to win.
Yeah, but to be fair, look,
That's a lot of money to risk, though, to hit both.
it's two easy bets though. Those two fighters that he bet on were two easy bets.
Yeah, I was looking, so I wasn't too familiar with him, but I was like, this doesn't seem like a fair fight.
No, it's not. Let's get into this beer, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We're 30 minutes in.
Damn. This is the longest we've been without a review. All right, so this is called Lollihop. Clever name. By Trogs, and it's out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's an Imperial IPA. It's got some notes of orange, grapefruit, and melon. And it's smooth with a touch of haze. And I would say I like this one a lot. And 8.2.
I saw it. Dude, it's delicious. And for 8.2,
and yours, so I added the ice in mine. So on the way here, I always buy ice for the way here. And I got one of those frozen ass, super frozen blocks so it wouldn't break apart. I still can't break it apart. So it wasn't even ice cold. If this is ice cold, this is phenomenal. So mine got colder and it was better, and yours wasn't. So just keep that in mind, people.
That's what affects my judgment of this, because I didn't even have it wasn't even cold and it was good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So not being ice cold, it's still bomb. And an 8.2.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me to judge because I got to think. Like we need a board here with our top 10.
Our top one, so you always have it. Yeah, I did make a chart, but we had so many beers, I had to make it so small so I could print
it. give me a top 10.
Yeah,
give me a top 10 and give me a bottom 10, and I'll put them here on the board so that way it gives us kind of a gauge on what we're doing, because it's like this is good. I'm gonna give this an 8.3.
Damn, really that's what I was doing too.
I like it, dude.
That's what I was thinking too. Right. So again, when we agree, that is the score. There's no doubt.
It's on.
And I believe that. Dang, what is our high? It's either 8.3 or 8.25. I gotta look real quick. It was it got up to a 4-way tie, but I feel like this I would put number 1 because we both gave it.
Dude.
Because we have one that I gave a really high score and you gave a decent score, but it wasn't as high. So I feel like that gets an asterisk. The ones we both give 8s, you gotta put it higher.
Those are the ones that are legit. Well, and that's the thing too with this. Like I said, mine wasn't even ice cold. So imagine if you're ice cold. I'm probably thinking 8.7 at that point. It was fucking good, man. It was delicious. Good alcohol content. Good coloring. I'm trying to be a professional about that shit now, man. Yeah.
And it was, I believe, when I was looking up the research on it, it was a decently high score.
Yeah.
But it's by the way, it's an Imperial IPA, but it's a hazy.
Yeah. Because looking at it, I was like, oh, okay. But then I caught a whiff. I was like, uh-oh, this could be good stuff. And it was.
Yeah. And then we had the big can. Lollihop.
I don't know that I have anywhere to go, where I need to get a 6-pack of anything soon. But anytime I have to go Skullfest or anything, or Halloween party, I try to say to myself, dude, what did we drink recently that was a good score? Because that's exactly what I look for as soon as I hit the liquor store. But this one, I might fucking...
Yeah, at 8.2...
I might have to put this... I
think this... Nope. It's fair to say it might be the number 1 overall.
No, that's fair. I mean, I would say, if it's not, tell me what we need to give it to make it number 1, because I like it a lot.
So yeah, I don't know. I definitely know we did a few from this company, but they weren't ranked high. They weren't memorable. So props on this one.
So I don't. We might have. This might be a longer episode. I don't know. I'm not sure. So I had a lot. I had a lot of notes because throughout the week I text myself notes to remember to write on the board, and I have a lot. I wrote a lot on this board right now. I still got a bunch of notes on my phone. I'm not going to go to the phone for those notes because I think we're going to be good with what we got here.
Oh, yeah.
But if need be, if it starts to get weird, I'm going to go to the phone. I got some weird shit in the phone today, dude. I got some really weird shit in my phone.
I'm excited for today's beers, too. And I still got, if you're willing to try, the Busch Light Mountain Dew.
I don't know if I'm willing to, but thanks for the offer.
We drank a vodka energy drink mix.
Yeah, it was okay.
It's a really good vodka though. So it's a sugar-free vodka.
Yeah, I could.
And it was watermelon.
Was it watermelon?
And mint flavored.
I didn't catch that.
But it was probably because it was mixed with this orange.
Yeah, I taste more of that.
but it's really good. Like it doesn't have that medicine-y taste.
Yeah, I didn't taste any of the vodka at all. So, so you and I text early in the week. We were talking about Hellthorpe. It just coincided with the fact that I got lost out there. While I was driving, I was texting myself Hellthorpe. That's in my notes because I was pissed. It wasn't even Hellthorpe. It was actually Elkridge. But I had to go back down towards Hellthorpe because I was getting pissed off because all the turns that they were telling me to do, it was like, make the next right turn. And I'm looking ahead. I was like, I don't see a right turn coming. And then it's like, like a hidden entrance type bullshit. It's like, yo, what the fuck, yo? I just want to get back to work. That's all I want to do is get back to work. The fucking bank I had to go to on the main road on Washington Boulevard. But it wasn't like an easy turn. It was like, you didn't even see the fucking bank. Fuck Hellthorpe, all right? Fuck them.
Well, it's wild. I told you. So I was there. We went to a Walmart just because we were in the area. Yeah, this beer is really good too. This might be the best beer day. The best overall beer day. Walmarts all over have wild crowds.
Yes.
It's especially you can tell right away who the regulars are.
Yeah.
And this was another world. Like, first off, I heard there was a extremely high amount of crime at this particular Walmart, and it was the first Walmart I've been to. And I mean, modern Walmarts has no self checkouts, and I think it's because of maybe
of course. Yeah, I know the vibes.
The clientele. First is when I parked there. There's just a whole wheel next to me on the ground.
Okay, all right.
It was a pretty nice wheel too. I was like, damn, someone just got their wheel taken off.
A little odd, but okay. I can
And
rock.
it's Friday night. Because, it was the night we went to the brewery. That's why we're in the area.
Yeah.
So, packed. I mean, it's late. 11 o'clock Friday night Walmart is packed. Like, there's lines going down the aisles. Like, what is this Walmart? I've been to Walmart late on Fridays. It's got a decent amount of people, but this is packed. This is like happening in the area. It's like people are in their club clothes.
Maybe a new Drake album dropped,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. They want the edited
Then
version.
the crowd there was just wild looking. Like, I was like, this Walmart has got to be top 10 of the Walmart stereotype.
So I haven't been in a Walmart since COVID started. Once that shit hit, I stayed out of stores. Not because of COVID. It's because, we're not supposed to go anywhere? Okay, well, cool. I didn't want to go anywhere anyway, so I'm not going to. And I did go to a Walmart, like a super Walmart up in PA, because when we went up there, these motherfuckers like, mask? What the fuck's a mask? Fuck mask. I was like, okay, all right. And Sarah's like, we gotta go walk around this Walmart. It's so cool. It's a super Walmart. That's some white people shit right there. Let's go walk around this Walmart. It's so cool. I was like, what the fuck? No, man. And mind you, I didn't see any black people out there, so I got a little scared. But when I went to the restaurant, because we had like a date night out there. Don't ask why out there, but anyhow, we walk into the restaurant. Not a single black person in there, but Al B. Shore was on the radio. And I could not understand what was going on, but I felt like singing along the night and day. So I did, because I want to see who got uncomfortable. Let me tell you, they all did. But that was that was a Halloween last year.
What was that? Remember we went to a bar in Hellthorpe?
Yeah. After
It didn't
Guinness,
seem
right?
like they were, feeling your type.
Oh no, I'm certain they weren't. That's okay.
And I could sense it. I'm like, damn, this.
That's okay. That's fine. It's like, look, dude, I've been thrown out of better places, so fucking relax.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first time I had a jalapeno popper. And let me tell you, this is the last time I'm gonna have one too.
So I can't taste the spicy, but I mean they're okay. But
I like the flavor of jalapenos. I just don't like the texture. It's fucking weird. Like when we had the breakfast pizzas, and You put the jalapenos on there, the egg. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah, that was bomb.
God
That's
damn,
something
dude,
that
it's so good.
it's not sold anywhere.
No,
It's a
it's
former
so
place we
good.
worked. We know how to make a breakfast pizza, and that shit is so good.
I might have to do that. Damn, I'm off tomorrow, but
I
I'm
believe
not
they
prepped
let
for it.
Juan. They would let him like make it there.
For
Just he'd be like,
Oh,
"Can I
for
make
us.
my own make?"
Oh,
No,
no.
no. This was like more recent, not super super recent, but
Yeah, yeah.
well after he doesn't work there anymore, and he'd be like, "Can I make myself a breakfast pizza?"
Oh,
And they'd
okay, I
roll it
got
out
you.
and let him. But yeah, that was the shit on the. That would kind of make it worth working on Sunday.
Dude, I remember, that shit was a party in my mouth, and let me tell you, everyone was coming. But yeah, that was the first time I had a jalapeno popper, and it was fine. I just don't like the texture of a jalapeno.
Yeah, the flavor of jalapenos. So again, I don't taste what you taste, but the flavor of those are pretty good.
I mean,
Because there's other peppers that they don't have any flavor. I'm like, they must just be heat.
no, I mean, I don't know, but the moral of the story is avoid Halthorpe at all cost.
It's got a. There's a good hiking trail there.
I'm sure.
I saw this little downtown area that has like a movie theater that looked kind of interesting, but
Is it $5?
I mean, it looks like it would be one of those $5.
Dude, I love me a $5 movie theater, dude. Like,
Have you ever been to what's that wild ass place? Is it Cancun Cantina?
oh yeah,
No, no, no. That's
I was
the
just like,
that's
yeah, I used
no.
to go
Not,
there all the
I
time.
think that's not the one I'm talking about. That's the one with the half hip hop
Yeah.
and half country.
Yeah.
So that's
That
wild
shit's
too.
wild.
That's wild in itself. But I'm not even talking about that one. But that one is a wild ass place. So those not familiar with our area, we have a bar that it's in one of those crazy ass what is
Which one? Cancun Cantina?
Yeah,
It's in
what's-
Hanover.
Hanover. So it's a wild ass bar, and that half of it is country music, and the other half it's hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And the hip hop area is like you got black lights and stuff, and then the other area they're doing square dancing, and you could literally walk back and forth, and you're just like in a complete different world.
Dude.
And then the crowd there is wild.
Dude, I've been there, maybe 2-3 times. Each time was an
Damn,
adventure.
I think we should go there.
Well, so
Just to
I
check
think
up on
I think it's back up. I know there was a fire there.
Oh, damn.
But I think it's back up. But this shit is wild. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, we got to go there if they're open. Do some reporting, investigative journalism.
I mean,
So what I'm thinking of, though, I do remember the name now. Is Fishhead Is it Fishhead Cantina?
that sounds familiar.
So that's around the Hellthorpe area. That place is wild. So
Sounds wild.
it's a big ass bar. First off, I have been there with some non types of me, and then they grill us. There's some looks. It has. I mean, it's a big bar, but it has a really nice outdoor area that would have concerts. Horseshoes out back. The one thing I remember is one time I was out back, there was tons of mosquitoes, which sucked. But randomly, there's a sushi bar within the place. Like this guy comes and just has like sushi. I don't even think they make the money on it. It's like
Just some dude.
he rents like a spot within the bar. So it's wild. But it has like 4 different sections. It's a huge place. It is fun, but yeah, there was one time in particular I went there, they were grilling us. Like,
It seems like the area though. Like, look, I'm not judging, but if I were to judge, I would judge.
but it's like fun, but yeah, I think my types probably are getting grilled a little bit harder. Like, what are you here for? But then there's this wild ass sushi guy in the middle of the place.
I think he's worth it though. I think just that dude.
Those are the
is
places with character,
worth a
though.
visit. So
Yeah, I was talking about one of our old favorite bars with one of our friends today. Of just because we were talking about tips somehow, and we used to hook them up because we used to get hooked up, but then there was times like we'd literally be standing at the bar for like 40 minutes, and there'd be no one. It's not busy. They just wouldn't even help us. They'd just be like talking to each other. It'd be like, I don't think when you were there it would happen too much. It would be like a slow night.
I'm trying to.
I think back when we went as a big crew, they would take care of us because we came in with so many people.
Oh, okay. I know. I know what you're talking about now. All right. I mean, and I never had a problem there, but
I've had nights where it was like shocking how long it took to get a drink when there's no one it would be one of those nights it's dead.
which is more reason for them to
Yeah.
fucking get you a drink.
Right.
Well, yeah. Fuck them.
Well, they didn't last.
That's fucked up, dude. You ain't got to say it like that. Like a simple fucking would have done it. You didn't have
Now,
to.
if it opens again,
Final.
yeah. What's the name going to be then?
I don't want to say. But we just know it's the
I would
final.
name it Fold. We're back.
Pump
Fold,
Fake.
we're back.
So,
Pump Fake would be a good name too.
real quick, because it's Shark Week. I was on the Disney Plus the other day watching shark shit. I didn't get the appeal. No, you're a white human.
See, I knew
And
it seems like white.
I know white humans love Shark Week,
To be fair,
Why?
I don't think I'm the greatest representative.
but you're the only representation I have right now, and I need
Sarah.
to understand. She's not here. She's at work.
Yeah, but I do feel like there's an asterisk on my name.
It doesn't matter. I need to understand.
I mean, I feel like watching sea creatures can be interesting, but I'm not doing it.
I thought that it would be interesting, and I was trying. I had this little shark.
Yeah, I don't know how it
documentary
could
on.
be all like every year, because I feel like in 1 year you probably got everything you need.
Exactly, but so I feel like just a whole flock of people got excited. White people got really excited, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make money off this," and it became just an anniversary thing, like Black History Month. So
There is a group of people that love Shark Week.
uh,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm more
white people.
interested in like when I think something I saw recently like got all the way down to the bottom of the ocean, which is rare, with a good camera. And those things at the bottom of the ocean, like we haven't seen really. Those things are spooky as hell looking.
I don't.
They
fuck
got
with
that
the
one
ocean
fish
like
that looks like it got a flashlight on its head.
Yeah,
They look like aliens.
I don't fuck with anything at the bottom of the ocean. First off, I don't fuck with the ocean, period, at all.
Yeah, I don't enjoy So one of the best beaches I've ever been was in the Philippines. The water was beautifully clean. The problem is you see the fish. They're freaking huge next to you sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm not really feeling a fish this big swimming next to me.
fucking barracudas and shit. Those motherfuckers like a monsters.
A benefit of Ocean City, while the water knocks you down, you don't know what's next to you. I'd rather it be that way.
So speaking of Ocean City, now I'm jumping all over the place now. So today's Sunday when we're recording, July 24th. I moved here 30 years ago on this day. Also, the Redskins won the Super Bowl 30 years ago, too. They knocked the Lions out of the playoffs 30 years ago. Last time the Lions won a playoff game was 30 years ago against Cowboys. It's fucking hurtful.
Damn. When's the last time they won a Super Bowl? I was just curious.
I'm trying not to say hurtful things right now. So
Wait, that was the last time we won a playoff game?
I'm trying not to say hurtful things. So do not fuck with me right now.
You do have Jared Goff. Everything is going to be okay.
I want to stab you so bad right now, but I don't have a fucking knife.
We got Carson Wentz.
The number 1 and number 2 pick from that draft.
Sweet. Hey, at least they're not Carolina. They got them on the same team, 1-3.
Oh, and they both suck.
Yeah.
So I put up a post on Facebook saying, hey, I've been here for 30 years as of today, and I've never been to Ocean City. And I've only eaten like crabs a handful of times, and I haven't gone back to look at my post, but I was just getting bombarded by people. Ocean City's overrated.
Yeah. By
It's
the way,
like,
that I mean, we know who posted that. They haven't been to Ocean City in like 10 years.
well, no, I got bombarded by multiple people with this, and the thing is, like, I'm not saying I want to go to Ocean City. What I'm saying is, it's just like that's like the place to go. Like in 30 years, as many times as I've had the opportunity to go, I've just not ever been able to go. I've avoided it, and it's like, but just so many people like, go to Virginia. Like my cousin who doesn't even fucking live here. She lives in fucking Detroit. It's like, Virginia Beach is better. Like,
So,
shut up.
I can tell you real quick the difference between Ocean City and Virginia Beach. Do you like going in the water? Virginia Beach is slightly better. If you don't like going in the water, Virginia Beach got everything Columbia has. They don't have any mom and pop type bars. It's all like corporate type places.
I don't want that.
It's a little cleaner. Ocean City got the mom and pop type bars.
I like that.
That we like.
That's what I like.
Is the beach nicer? No. Are
I'm
you going
not-
to the beach? Because honestly, I like the beach, but 2 hours in the water, that's good for me.
15 minutes
Yeah.
tops.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just want to splash a little bit.
Yeah.
Just say,
not-
I did it.
yeah. I
Atlantic
mean,
Ocean.
If you're wanting to spend 8 hours on the beach, go to Virginia Beach. If you want to go in the water, but I mean,
No.
yeah, I mean, Ocean City's got the old school, older buildings, like the mom and pop type stuff.
That's what I like, though.
Right, it's
like
got
it.
more character. So if you're looking to have a fun time and go out a little, Ocean City.
Yeah.
You're looking to go to the beach? Neither.
They got sharks.
I think everywhere's got sharks, but
Then-
again, Ocean City, you're probably not going in the water very much because the water's going to knock you down. And
Then let's go there and celebrate Shark Week, son. All right.
you can have more fun at the bars.
Let's rate this beer.
Yeah, this was another good one. Well, I don't know what you thought.
I liked it. I wouldn't put it as high as the last one, depending on what the alcohol content is. But
So it's lower because
Yeah.
8.2 is pretty high. But
Yeah.
this was, to me, very tasty. The name is a little confusing because it's a long name. Super Space Camper Star Haze.
okay,
We got a little...
a little
I
unnecessary.
don't know what this person is. It's got cool colors. But it's by Boulevard Brewing, Kansas City, Missouri. It's a New England hazy IPA. It's got flavors of mango and pineapple.
Noted.
So I think it's good. It's a 5.9%, so not super high for IPA. But I thought the flavor was pretty nice.
The flavor was good. What was the alcohol again? I'm sorry.
5.9.
5.9. That's not hateful. It's not
No.
great, but it's not hateful. This is almost a 6. So I'm gonna give this a 6.9. I don't want to give it a 7, but a 6.9 will do because it's only dinner for 2.
See, the first drink I feel like's influencing this drink a little bit. So maybe it's the luck of the draw. I'm gonna do something nice for it. I'm gonna give it a 7.1, so it gets a 7.
Okay, it's not hateful.
Congratulations.
I mean,
You
it
made
could, it could be that. So yeah. So this week on our Instagram, I've been posting the Madden ratings and shit. I think I put some fantasy football
Yo.
stuff there too, but
I feel like our Instagram's the shit now.
so there's a flow to it for sure. So I put up the Madden ratings. I want to talk about that. I think I put up some fantasy football ratings. I think I fucked up though, because I'm gonna be honest. Early in the week, I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was just looking for some random shit to post. I was like, "Oh, football!" Just start throwing shit up. So we'll get into fantasy football next week because it's gonna be a little bit closer. But let's get into these Madden ratings. Let me pull these up real quick. Let me first pour this nice ice cold beer.
Yeah, it better be.
Got a little of an odd smell to it, but the taste is solid.
I'm hoping this is good.
The taste
We'll
is kind of
review it in
generic,
a little bit, but it's called cold beer.
I mean, it's got a generic taste, I would say, but it's not a bad taste for sure. It's not like that one beer that just had no taste. I don't even know how to rate this because there's no flavor.
Honestly, that's what Bush Light.
Yeah, that sounds about
That's
right.
my new volleyball beer. Because,
Just because it's water.
yeah. It's like,
Like, I
it's
know the
pretty
vibes.
refreshing.
I want. So how would that work if you pour some liquid IV into it?
Maybe it'd be good.
I think it would if you're mixing with Mountain Dew.
Yo, this weekend was hot for volleyball.
Yo, wait, how many Busch Lights do you have? Just one? Fuck. I was like, give me one. I'm gonna pour some liquid IV in it and see how it goes.
Try the Mountain Dew. I'm telling you, it's.
I don't want to try the Mountain Dew. I'm not crazy about Mountain Dew.
We'll be TikTok famous. No, Diet
I
Mountain
don't
Dew.
want
So
to be
it's even
TikTok
better.
famous. All right, so we're gonna go into these Madden ratings real quick. So we got a quarterback because the quarterback was the last one I put up because that was the last one that I saw.
And I'm a big Madden player, so I could tell you some of the things that
So
really matter.
So number one, so they had other attributes that were ranked, but I'm just going off just the general top 10. So quarterback, we got Tom Brady at number one. He's a 97. I just feel like
he's not number one right now.
I don't feel like he's a number
Great
one.
quarterback.
I don't feel like he's
but
97.
Yeah, he's not 97. Nope.
We got Aaron Rodgers at number two. He's 96. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I still think 96 is high just because he's not. I don't know if he's on the decline, but
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we don't know that he's on the decline, so until we see that he's on the decline, I mean, he won MVP last year, so I'm okay with the 96.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes at number three, he's a 95. I will say, I felt like he was on a decline.
Yeah, I think that was based off the years prior. Maybe
Yeah.
he had a off year.
So I think I would say maybe not
There's
95.
some
but
predicting he'll have a bigger year this year, but we'll see.
maybe he's going to try to prove himself because he ain't got Tyreek Hill. I would say maybe a 92. Let's see here. Number four is Josh Allen. He's a 92.
So he's one of the glitch players in Madden because one of the most important things in Madden is throwing power, and Allen is up there.
So I think Allen.
He should probably be higher.
I think he should be
too.
95 or 96.
Yeah, because he can run too. He gets a lot of rushing touchdowns.
So Joe Burrow is number five, and he's a 90.
I like his position, but he should be higher.
Yes. Dak is number six at 89. So I think him
I like
at
the numbers right, but not the position.
correct. But that's the thing. The number's correct. But you know, it's like, okay. So number seven is Josh Herbert, who's at 88. And I think that
He should be higher than Dak.
he should be higher than Dak, and he should be higher than 88.
Oh yeah.
Now Lamar is an 87.
See, that's a tricky one because he had a bad year last year,
True.
but he has the rushing ability is
He's
huge.
got a lot of
he's
upside.
basically a 1,000-yard running back.
Yeah. That I just don't like 87 for him there. I think he's in the 90s. I would say 92. I think 92 for him. Russell Wilson is also 87.
Oh, he should definitely be in the 90s. He had a little bit of an off year, but still, he's one huge touchdown to interception ratios in his whole career, and
Yeah.
he can run.
Now, number 10 is Matthew Stafford. He's 85. Now, I don't know if he should be at 85, but I agree with number 10. I think
He's around that area.
he's right there. I just don't think 85 is it. I think he's a little higher than 85. I don't think he's in the 90s, but I think he's higher than 85. And then dropped out of the top 10, we had Deshaun Watson. He was formerly number 6. Tannehill was formerly number 8.
I want to say Watson used to be at 90.
And Matt Ryan was
He's
the
definitely
former
on
number
the
10.
decline.
Yeah, for sure. So that's quarterback. I only want to do quarterback, running back, receiver.
I know Carson Wentz real quick is about like 72-ish. And my brother was kind of arguing with me like, he's better than that. I was like, no, he's not.
Dude,
no one wants Carson
relax.
Wentz. Dude, and he had one of his best years last year at the Colts. They didn't want him. They traded him for a third-round pick.
That's wild. That's fucking bananas.
Yeah.
All right, so going to running back. Number 1, Derrick Henry, 97. Coming off an ACL injury.
I guess because, the injury, you can't probably knock him yet.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, I would, if we're picking a team, I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor because he's young.
Oh, we're not there.
And
Relax.
not
Relax.
hurt.
Relax. We're not there yet. Nick Chubb is number 2 at 96.
That's high. He's good, but that's really high.
So I was thinking that too. When I saw him there, I was like, really? Really? 96. Okay.
There's no way he should be the number 2 running back.
So, well, then you're really going to be tripping balls off the next one.
Better not be Zeke.
No.
Thank
Fuck
God.
that guy. I'm going to give you two more guesses.
Number 3, all right. I feel like Austin Eckler should be a high, but they'll probably knock him down a little bit.
Yeah, they did.
Because he's small.
So it ain't him. One more guess.
CMC.
Yes, it is. Also a 96.
So he used to be a 99. So that's probably why. But again,
With his injury
I don't
history,
even want to draft him in the first round. And even if the second round he falls, I'm not going to feel happy about it. I'm like, I have to
You
take
have
him.
to.
And I know he's going to get hurt. And I read something about his injuries. Like, they're all on the same side of the body, which just means it's way more likely to happen again.
I think
And I had him last year. So that has a bad taste in my mouth.
with his injury history, I think he's still in the 90s because of the potential. I
Yeah,
don't think a
potential's
96.
there.
I would say 92. Just because it's like, look, you're high risk, but you have the ability. Now we get Jonathan Taylor at 95.
So the man led the league in touchdowns and rushing and gets ranked 4th.
I don't hate
On a team with no receiver, by the way.
I don't hate him at 95 or even 96.
No, 95. That rating sounds good. It's just
I just don't like him behind Nick Chubb and Christian McCaffrey.
He's definitely ahead of Chubb.
Dalvin Cook is number 5 at a 94. I have mixed feelings about Dalvin Cook.
He's more of he doesn't have the pass catching ability.
He gets
to be
hurt,
that
too.
high.
Joe Mixon, 93.
He always produces.
Yeah. So much so that I always overlook him.
He's overlooked every draft.
I always forget that dude is in the league until they say, oh, Joe Mixon. I was like, that dude's still playing? Like, yeah, he got 1,000 last year. I was like, oh, shit, my bad. Alvin Kamara at number 7 with the 90. So ain't nobody
He's
got a
on
90.
he's on the decline for sure.
Has he? I'm pretty sure, like, what was it?
That might be a quarterback thing though, because he was a great receiving running back.
Yeah, like, I mean, one of the things that I was looking at, he hadn't had a 1,000-yard rushing season.
Yeah, he's
But, I mean, he's a great,
His
receiving
combined yards.
running back.
and
Yeah.
touchdowns.
So it was always one of those things. It was like, I mean, that's great, but
And I think even his touchdowns, he would get a lot in one game.
yeah,
He wasn't a consistent.
like the Sean Alexander style. Let me go ahead and get 5 right now, and then none for the next 3 games. Number 8, Aaron Jones. He's an 89.
He's another overlooked one that's consistent.
I had him on 2 Yahoo teams last year, and Austin Eckler, 88 at
Yeah,
number 9.
I like him.
So he's
He's
one,
not a great pure rusher because he doesn't get a lot of carries, but because he's small, I think he's probably the smallest starting running back. But the dude is, I mean, I'm pretty sure he tied the league in touchdowns for running backs for overall touchdowns.
he's one that I just never felt sold on. But I don't think he's not good. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm not sold on the Chargers.
I don't think he thinks he's that good the way he talks. It is funny hearing. So Washington did a thing of like their players reacting to their Madden ratings. Of course, there's a bunch of average players like I should be a 90. Like, dude, you're not a Pro Bowler. Why would you be a 90?
You're barely on the team.
Yeah. And be like, the one I found most interesting was Montez Sweat, the high draft pick defensive end. He's probably the fastest defensive end in the league. But he was like, I'm probably about an 80. And they're like, you're 80 overall. And he's like, that's right. He's the only one who's like, the only person that was like modest. I don't think it was modest. I was kind of like, damn, so you just think you're an 80? That was a little, I feel like an athlete, you should be like striving for more than that.
So what's funny about that? I get
He's
where
like, that's right.
I get where he's coming from with that though, because there's this. Because I do that with jiu-jitsu. I do that with there's this expectation, like when I was a white belt, like I'm like murking blue belts, like it was like you should be a blue belt. I don't know, maybe a 4-stripe white belt. It's like, are you sure?
I mean, he was realistic.
Because there's this expectation because we're like, yeah, I should be a blue belt. Now you got to back it up. We're like, oh, you're an 80. I should be an 88. Now you got to go out there and back that up.
I feel like if he was like, based off last year, that's probably right. But if he was like, I mean, he would just seem too content with it. The funniest was, Curtis Samuel for Washington was like, if I'm not above an 80, I don't want to hear it. Why would you be above an 80? You had like 100 yards last year. You stay hurt. You were never that great. You're probably not even going to be a starter receiver anymore.
Now, the last running back on this list, also an 88. Any guesses?
Who are we missing? You said, I feel like Zeke should be falling off, but that might be my guess.
Yep. Zeke at 88. He's tied for 9th.
I think Pollard, they'd be better off playing Pollard more.
Yeah.
Zeke is better. One thing that Zeke does is, and I don't like Zeke, but he blocks well.
I mean, we are talking about overall, and that's a big part of it too. So let's jump to receivers. The last category I'm gonna run through because I mean, there's all
this
of
one's kind of wild. I heard a little bit about the receiver.
Receiver is wild as fuck. All right, so number 1, Devontae Adams.
Figured he's number 1.
99. Cooper Kupp, 98.
So that's a little bit wild, just because Cooper Kupp freaking had a huge year. I think he's because he's white and in a receiver he got -1.
Ain't he a little guy too? Ain't he kind of like short?
I don't know if he's short, but he is injury prone. I mean, he got injured, but he's been super consistent. And
so one thing that plucks my nerves about, and he earned it. Like I think everyone earned all their stats last year, but the thing that people are like, oh, they're like gonna break all these records. You got a fucking extra game. Relax. It's like, now granted, I think he was killing it even without the extra game, but still.
I think Cooper Kupp won a lot of people the fantasy playoffs.
Not me.
I know who you'll eventually get to, who's ridiculously underrated on Madden.
Number 3, Tyreek Hill at 97.
He's a glitch in Madden, by the way. The speed in Madden is something that progresses the least. So he's like probably the most valuable. One of the most. Yeah, he's probably the most valuable because he's probably got 99 speed.
Hopkins at number 4. He's a 96.
I disagree with that just because I think he's on the decline. When I see him play, he's still a beast at catching, but he's slow now.
Stephon Diggs.
He should be higher than
95.
I agree with the score, but I do think he's ahead of Hopkins now.
I agree. Justin Jefferson.
Oh, he should be ahead of all of them.
He's a 93.
He should be third at the lowest.
Yeah, I agree. Adams, Kupp, Hill, maybe tied for 3rd. Like,
with Tyreek.
Yeah.
I would rather have him.
Mike Evans at number 7 with the 92.
No.
So yeah, I was baffled. I was like, really, Mike Evans?
Maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, 3 years ago, I'm with that. So number 8, McLaurin, Redskins,
and
91.
Honestly, I think the score is right, but I don't think the number 9 is right. He's not the 9th best receiver.
I have mixed feelings because I had him last year, and he saved me, but he also hurt me.
He's great at the jump balls. He's great at. He's just. I don't know. I don't think he's number 9 though. We'll see. He got his money this year.
He's tied for 8th.
So he got his money this year.
So he's tied for 8th.
He does have a quarterback that can at least throw it deep. So we'll see.
The other one tied for number 8, Keenan Allen at 91.
Keenan Allen runs great routes. He's a good player, but he's on the decline too.
And then number 10, Cooper.
Oh, no way. He's not number 10 anymore.
He's a 90.
No. False. And so the one that's missing, Jamar Chase, that's bad.
Now, he did have some words about that. He was not too happy.
He's a pretty humble guy, but I'm pretty sure he was in the top 5 in every single receiving stat.
Yeah, I feel like at the very least he's a 90. That's the very least. I
get that he's young and Madden likes you to progress rookies because they'll progress faster.
Yeah.
And they adjust the rating. So this is before the season even starts. But, I mean, his season was ridiculous. That should have been his rating last year. And I picked him in every league. And there was that thing of, like, him dropping a lot of balls in the preseason. But he didn't drop any in the regular season. And there was some beliefs of, like, that was what influenced his Madden rating a little bit. It was like, why? If that did influence his rating, that's crazy. But the dude killed it in the playoffs. He killed it all year. I mean, as the year got longer, he got better.
Yep.
The other dude that should be, I'm curious of his scores. The dude from Miami, the other rookie, Waddle.
Oh, yeah.
Because he got tons of catches, but they'd be like for like 2 yards.
Who they say fell off? I closed the screen. Julio fell out.
Oh, yeah, Julio,
formerly number 5, and then I can't remember who the other one they had listed. But those are the 3 skill positions. Well, we didn't do tight end, but skill positions on offense: quarterback, running back, wide receiver. We'll do fantasy ranks next week. But yeah, so did you see the Super Bowl rings?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like starting to get a little ridiculous, son. It's like
getting bigger.
May as well be trophies. Like what are we doing here? Aaron Donald had it on. This shit was as big as a goddamn ring light, yo. It's like, yo, what are you? Yo, why are we doing this? This is unnecessary, yo. And that's the thing. He a big dude, and this shit still look like a fucking satellite dish on his hand. It's like, Jesus Christ, son, relax.
Somehow I came across his TikTok today of him doing that. I don't know if you've seen the tortilla challenge. Mm-hmm. Me and Bay actually did it. We didn't do it right. We didn't know you were supposed to do rock, paper, scissors.
I'm not really sure what's the point of the challenge, though.
You gotta hit each other with a tortilla.
I could do that just without a camera. I do that all the time. I hit Sarah with
if you do it on camera, it blows up.
I guess.
That's what we should probably be doing. Like, again, TikTok, the stuff that blows up is.
But that's the thing is, like, why would I let you hit me with a tortilla? That's what I'm not understanding. Like I like twerk challenges. I love those things. Like, that shit's great. The Bugs Bunny challenge, my favorites. But hitting somebody with a tortilla, I'll pass. Every time I see it, I'm like, I'm out. But as soon as I see a hot chick and ass in the air, I'm like, sign me up. I ventured back into TikTok, and my feed got a little weird. It got a little political, a lot of political actually, and I was a little upset because I was like, wait, where's the twerking? I was really confused. I don't know if the twerkers aren't twerking as much. And there's this one chick. She doesn't do anything. She's not. Okay, let me rephrase that. Okay, so there's this one chick. She just simply talks about just random bullshit. Like, I was in Target, blah, blah, blah. And it's like she's not doing anything suggestive, where it's like, oh my God, we should be looking at this chick twerk. No. But she's a pretty girl, and, she definitely makes sure the cleavage is involved. Love to hear it. So I saw her. There's this other chick that does these funny videos. She's kind of cute. She does these videos about her kids. Like, this is the conversation I imagine my 2-year-old, my 4-year-old are having. It's just actually pretty goddamn hilarious. And she's pretty. But I need more twerking in my TikTok feeds, not politics. I get it. This is a rough time in the world. A lot of shit's going on. But show me some asses. That's what's going to make the world better.
The only politics
ass and titties. I
get is Joe Biden's incoherent speeches.
He said something the other day, and he sounded very clear, and I was so confused. I was like, "Oh, that no, they dubbed that. They put somebody else's voice over that dude. That ain't Joe. That ain't Pawpaw."
This shit is wild. again, we've talked about it before. Just those were the two choices.
Jesus Christ.
We got a super conceited, arrogant egomaniac versus someone that's
So,
definitely got some signs for Alzheimer's.
did you see the candidates for Maryland? I so the Republican candidate is like a Trump endorsed guy who believes the vote was stolen. That's the platform he's running on. The vote was stolen, and there's the Democratic candidate is a black dude, like young new politician. I was like, Jesus Christ.
There's a video that came out recently of Trump just talking, like the speech when he had
yeah.
the.
I sent it to Sarah. That shit is wild.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to say that.
It's like, I don't want to say that the election's over. It's like, but it is.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how fake everything is. You see him like, oh.
He's like, what word could he not say? There was a word. He said, I can't say the word. Like, he said it perfectly fine, but he stopped. He was like, I'm having trouble with that word.
Yeah, he wouldn't say they broke a law or something.
No. There was a word he said he wasn't able to say, but he said the word perfectly. But he said, I'm having trouble with that word. It's like, dude.
Yeah, and then when we get those speeches, it's they can't even do it on their first take. We're getting like 10 takes of them practicing, and oh man, we're living in the Wizard of Oz times,
Dude, it is fucking bananas. I don't even. Oh, good burp. I don't even know how to feel, because it's like.
That's why I can't vote, because there's no one I want to vote for.
So I'm unaffiliated. Is my so I don't have a party, but when it comes to the primaries, if you show up, they make you. Like they say, you have to pick either Democrat or Republican.
Gotta pick your team,
which is fucked up, because it's like, well, what if I want to pick Libertarian? And they're like, no, you have to pick red or blue.
I was just listening to a podcast, and they were like, libertarians are Republicans that want abortion and some other major issue. I forget what it was.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like
Maybe it was legalizing drugs or something.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they want less government involvement. You know, it's like, just stop. I mean, and I agree. You know, it's like there's a lot of shit that Democrats do, like, traditionally, that I'm like, yeah, I'm all for that. Socially, I'm all for that. But then fiscally, there's a lot of stuff that Republicans do, and I'm like, I'm for that. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah,
and then that's where libertarians come into the party. They're like, hey, you like both those things? Well, we have those here at this party.
Yeah, I used to joke, like, if people ask you what you are, I'd be like, I'm a pedestrian, which was from the Three Stooges. But, I mean, it's just weird if, like, there's no way you can agree with every single topic. So it's like, why do we have to choose a side?
And that's the weird
And
thing.
Why do we even have sides now?
They make it seem like if you...
so ancient time.
If you say, hey, I am pro Second Amendment. Oh, you must be a Republican. But I'm also pro-choice. Oh, I'm confused.
Yeah, and those politicians have to go all the way up their party. So if you don't truly believe that, you got to go with it, because you're going to upset the party.
Who's that one Republican? I can't remember what state she's in. She's actually kind of cute. Like, Boebert? Boebert, yeah. I think that's her name.
Said that, I'm thinking Boban from the Dallas Mavericks, the big, tall, goofy guy.
I think her name's Boebert. She's kind of cute. She got the glasses. Dude, I'm fapping to that tonight.
I can't just get over the name Boebert.
Hey, I didn't make the rules.
By the way, I have to say this real quick because it came to mind. Is I nicknamed my brother Rupert.
Yeah.
And it was from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Bea to watch that. She fell asleep.
Rightfully
But
so.
she likes to watch the subtitles on. The way they spelled Rupert was wild. It was Rupreght. It's like a fancy ass Rupert.
So Joe Burrow's name, I don't know if you know this. It might have been senior year, maybe junior year. It's not spelled the way it's spelled in the NFL. There's I think it's like Burreu or EAUX.
Yeah, there's an NBA
Adding,
player.
adding letters for no
It
reason.
might have been Scottie Pippen even that like his name's not that, and he was just like too tired of correcting people. He was like, yeah, let's go with
So
that.
like Brett Favre is that way. It's Favre. He was like, yeah, just go with
Yeah,
Favre.
Favre doesn't sound good.
Man, fuck that. He
Sounds
dumb.
too French.
Man, fuck that guy. Fuck him. Got drafted by the Falcons.
Someone did a
Packers.
TikTok of his Wrangler commercial and was breaking down that play. It was funny as hell. It was like, because the receiver that he throws to, one is not even guarded off the line. And just like, damn. The defense was so confused they didn't even guard him. And then when he threw the pass, though, he had to like, jump and catch it behind him. It wasn't a good throw considering how wide open he was.
Didn't you win MVP? Twice? Yeah. So I got some funny shit to go over in a sec. So there's I guess it's in Miami. It was in Miami, yeah. My friend went down to a concert. Kanye was supposed to be there, but something happened, so Kid Cudi was like, I'll step in. And, he did his thing. It was a big, I guess, a music festival, period. But Kid Cudi stepped in. So Kid Cudi's up on stage. Somebody threw a battery and hit him in the cheek. And he was nice because he gave him a warning. He was like, look, y'all throw another motherfucking thing on this stage and I'm leaving.
Oh, so I did see that. I didn't know it was a battery, but
You,
that signal to throw something more, though.
yeah, you can't give them a warning because now they're like, challenge accepted.
Or certain people. He's not intimidating enough to give that warning.
Yeah, true. Like, no, there's like, oh, really? Okay, leave, bitch. And he did. He left. And if you're like, oh, boo, it's like, well, I mean, he told y'all. You threw a battery at the dude, and then you threw something else up there, and he left.
I have been to some hip hop shows where they have called someone out in the audience, but the artist actually backed it up, and then that person got scared as hell. So
So I don't know if you remember Guns N' Roses when Axl Rose, somebody hit him
he
with a
went in
battery.
the crowd.
This dude jumped in the crowd and was like, "Let's get down." But I don't think Axl Rose gets enough credit. Like, that dude was a madman. And it's like we just look back at it now like, oh, he was in the hair band, but he was in one of the fucking greatest rock bands. Like, Appetite for Destruction was one of the greatest
Guns N'
rock
Roses
albums.
and
Not even rock out, one of the greatest albums ever.
yeah, for sure. And Axl Rose was a superstar.
Yeah.
And he was a badass for a long time. I mean, people look at him now because he did the whole Fu Manchu mustache and gained a bunch of weight, and they didn't come. They were rumored to come out with an album for like forever. But
So that goes back to that conversation we had though about Anderson Silva fighters. Period. It's like we only remember the worst of them. And the same thing with musicians.
when
It's like-
some last go maybe a little too long. But I mean, I saw performances. So Guns N' Roses, I think they don't have the original band anymore. Unfortunately,
No.
I didn't know this. So I was listening, and I was going to ask you today, like, what's some of the podcasts you listen to that are really good that you recommend? One I really like, and I granted there's too many podcasts, so I'll only listen
You know
to
how many
certain
podcasts
episodes.
there are right now? Like actual like podcasts. There are 4 million podcasts now.
Right.
And that's up massively from a year ago. Because a year ago it was under 1 million. Or it was just over 1 million a year ago. And now we're at 4 million. Now the question is, with that 4 million, how many of those are still active? Or is it just like you look at a database and say, podcast, okay, there's a title? Or is it like active podcasts, how many are still running? Because I've been a part of some podcasts that, they did a few episodes and they just shut down. And that's why I said with this, it's important. We got to hit every week. That's how I feel with Off the Mats, with this. So You Like Horror, it's got to be every first and third. Nerd Rages every week. Like, it's like, look, whether we're like hitting high numbers or low numbers, whatever it is, stay consistent. Stay in the fray. Because there are motherfuckers that are like, oh, I'll do a podcast and they'll do like 2 episodes. Like, it wasn't for me. Like, well, or they'll say, well, I only got like 15 listeners. Bitch, you only got 2 episodes. like you gotta do more than that, bitch. You can't just be like, oh, well, I didn't get enough listeners. And like not for nothing, 15, 20 listeners for somebody who ain't nobody. That's a fucking lot. Get off your fucking high horses, bitches. We had a 4 million podcasts. My bad, I cut you off.
No, and then I was thinking too, we got to rate this beer real quick before we forget it. So we'll go back in time.
What's the alcohol?
So this one's called Cold Beer, which kind of hyped me up. I mean, it's one of those things,
That's
marketing,
fine.
like, yeah, let's call it ice cold beer. That makes it sound refreshing.
Yeah,
But it's by Brewdog, which is Keno, Winchester, Ohio.
as soon as you
I
said-
knew it's gonna dock the score a little
yeah,
bit.
fuck them.
So I thought this was gonna be like a good, like a better than usual lager. It wasn't.
It was fine.
Yeah. 4.7%.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
slightly higher. I believe Miller Lite's around 4.6, 4.5.
You already heard it twice now.
I didn't hate it.
didn't hate
It's
it.
like one of the more plain beers. It had a weird kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like almost like a spice taste to the lager, which lagers don't typically have. Which I'd prefer my lagers not to have.
Eh.
I want my lagers to be that watered down, cold, easy to drink, crushable
Yeah.
party beer.
Yeah.
So if I'm buying my party beers, this is not going to be near the top of the list.
I mean, off the name, I would feel like it should be.
Yeah, I was excited for it. I was like, oh,
The
cool
name
beer.
helps it, but then it's from Ohio, and that hurts it. And then it's 4.7, that hurts it even more.
And
But
they even put it on the can, brewed in Ohio.
that's disrespectful. But it didn't taste bad, and that goes a long
not bad.
way. I'm gonna give this. I'll give it a 6.
I will say, so while your scores tend to be lower than me, your spin on it always sounds better. it sounds all good, and then I'll be like, yeah.
So this goes
But
back
6
to,
is acceptable. 6 is acceptable.
this goes back to what we were talking about before we started recording. How if somebody doesn't like something, they just don't like it. I give a reason for it. Like if I don't like it, I'm gonna give you a reason. I'm not just gonna say I don't like it because I don't like it. Like you'll get my reason. It may not be the reasons may not be reasonable, but they're my reasons. So fuck them.
No, but so I agree with this one. So we agreed twice on beers today. That's a 6 beer.
It's an easy 6.
So it's acceptable. That's about
Dude,
it.
when I go to the bar, those are my favorites. The easy 6s, easy and favorites.
There was some rap song I remember. It was like, basically, he was like, I don't go for a 10, I go for 2.5.
I love the way he thinks. Why go for the 10? That's extra work. Go for the fucking 2.5s. You get them both at once. Because they're definitely they know their rank. They understand. So they're just happy to be at the party.
This shit is bomb. I don't know if you've tried yours.
I haven't tried it, but for fuck's sake.
I don't know what it is. It's the more you drink it, the better it tastes. So we're drinking one of these TikTok recommendations. It's Busch Light
It's fine. It's not great.
with Mountain Dew, which I'm using Diet Mountain Dew because I'm watching my figure.
The earlier drink that you made was much better.
That was really good.
That was much better. This is okay. This isn't hateful.
It's got like a good like aftertaste to it.
I wouldn't even go that far.
Well, you only had one
for you. That I like to always put that out there though. It's like for you it does.
But
For me,
keep it going. Like,
I'm going to, 'cause it's a drink.
Wait till he gets to drink sip number 3.
it's not fucking terrible, so I'm not gonna pour it out like that fucking cider you brought last week.
Yeah,
I
that
poured
was
that
terrible.
right
That
the
was
fuck
bad.
out. Sarah even asked me. Sarah was like, "Was everything okay?" I was like, "Fuck no, I'll never forgive him for this. He brought a fucking cider. Fuck that guy." She was like, "Are you gonna record
To
next
be
week?" I
fair,
was like, "Maybe not."
They called it Strawberry Blonde, which is the name of a lot of like type of beers.
And hot
I didn't know
chicks.
it was a cider until I got home.
I mean, I've only met one unattractive strawberry blonde. I don't think she was unattractive. She was just annoying. I mean,
Damn.
it's like, look, fuck that chick, yo. She was a fucking dummy.
Whoa.
So, my daughter got a new bed today. Well, the other day. So, I think I mentioned last week we had to go pick up this bed. So we rented a truck. And let me just put this out there. I haven't driven a large vehicle in a while. So when I got behind the wheel of this truck, I was nervous as fuck. And I was just sitting there thinking like, yo, how are these motherfuckers driving big ass trucks all the time? You know who you are. And I was like, I'm driving. Like, once I got used to it, I felt good. But, you know, we go pick up the bed. We got there early as fuck. Like, the person, I think, they were home. They were like, yeah, can you come at 5:30? Like, bitch, we showing up at 5. Because I forgot we were supposed to get there at 5:30. So we get there at 5. We get to bed. And as we're leaving, we drive past a food truck and said, Hot Dog Hideout. Now, my first thought was, well, a hot dog hideout is a vagina. Like, that was my first thought. And then I was like, no, it's a food truck. And they probably sell hot dogs. You could have thought of a better fucking name than that.
I mean, they know what they're doing.
I mean, they got my business because I'm going to go there. I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to go to the hot dog hideout and get a hot dog. I want to know what's up. I want to see what's up with these chili dogs. Because let me tell you, chili dogs.
Hopefully they sell T-shirts. The hot dog hideout.
They better. Because I'll buy it. Look, if they sell T-shirts, we're both getting one.
The pink taco, the choco taco.
Yeah, dude, the pink taco's so good. Like, if they're selling T-shirts, we're both getting one. I can't promise we're both going to get a hot dog because if I buy you a hot dog, it's not going to make it to the next time I see you. That's Scout's honor. I'm going to eat that shit immediately.
Hot dog's so good.
It's fucking delicious. But not just that. Chili dogs, dude. Whoever came up with chili dogs, fucking genius, dude. They said, here's an ideal. Let's put a beef phallic object on a bun. Okay. And let's put some more beef on top of it. Good call. And then we get the chili dog. Fucking magic. Sarah asked me what I wanted for dinners this week. And I said, I was like, you know what I like to fucking eat. Just fucking make food. I'm a texter and I'm like, get some fucking hot dogs and some chili.
Yeah, hot dogs are super underrated. I don't know how they make them and what they actually are.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I'll never forget though. So our former friend, we've talked about a few times, used to tell me about the glitch at 7-Eleven if you get the chili dog. Mm. They would order the hot dog because you just get charged for the chili dog. They probably put 5 pounds of chili in there.
So no, 7-Eleven? No, now that's on you. You just say, let me get a hot dog.
Yeah. So that person would be like, yo, it's a glitch. You just pay $1. And that person would literally put 5 pounds of chili on there. I was with them one of the times. I saw it overflowing. Tons of nacho cheese. Like, that's disgusting.
You got it.
But
go
you
in,
got
son.
your money's worth.
Go in. Like, all in.
He
son.
probably made $10 off his $1 hot dog.
Dude. Anytime I go to... So, there's this one dude up at the 7-Eleven up the street. Nice guy. I don't think he works there anymore. Because they have a high turnover there. Wonder why. I go in there. Well, like, the one chick in the morning is a straight fucking cunt. I go in there. She's on her phone talking to somebody at fucking early in the morning. Who the fuck are you talking to? Bitch, just fucking take my money. Go to the fucking phone. I want a lottery ticket too, whore. But the one dude, I'll go in there like at a late time in the evening, and I'll order a hot dog. He's like, no, no, brother. Those have been sitting there for a long time. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I'll make you a fresh one. I was like, okay. Dude overcooks them every fucking time. And it's like, it's almost at a point where it's like, I want to take my chances with the one that's been sitting there for fucking 4 hours.
And what hot dogs actually are, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't think they're real food.
Just like,
it's just edible.
But kind of. But nah, yo, this hot dog hideout, I'm gonna check this joint out. But yo, I gotta pause for a minute. I gotta go piss. All right, sorry, we're back. It was moments for us, but it was probably seconds for y'all.
That wasn't recorded.
Nah, but that shit was great. It should have been recorded. Like, the fucked up thing is we can't. I don't like recording shit like that because I have to edit it out, and I don't like having to edit shit out because it's just so much work. Because I don't remember where shit happens, so when I have to go back and edit shit, I have to listen to the whole fucking episode. Let me tell you, I don't want to. Like, I don't like listening back to me. And plus,
I get a little self-conscious. I still said that in my answer.
I have to listen to Off the Mats as well to do the edits there. And it's just like, dude, I gotta listen to myself so much. And then, So You Like Horror, I have to listen back to that. It's like, I don't want to listen to me. Like, why do I have to keep... Because I'm also aware that I talk a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's episodes where I have listened like, oh, I was like, damn, that was a funny episode. Then there's the few episodes where I drink a little too much and I hear myself slurring.
It's
I'm
not
like,
been too like it's been a while. No, like no, the fourth like the July 3rd episode. I took the edible and I like we had to stop because the only reason we stopped when we did is because I caught myself slurring. I was like, yeah, we got to
okay, yeah, that was the episode.
was
Your
like,
last line was funny as hell. It didn't make sense. It was like, catch up to us in the message. I was like, what?
I knew I was cooked. I was just like, yeah, we got to go.
You tried to get me to do my last line, but I'm pretty sure you said, catch up with us in the message. And I was like, God, I was confused on what to say next. Like, yeah.
It seemed like real words. But yeah, Kid Cudi got hit with a battery. He dumb.
I'm trying. I have been to a lot of shows of like, so one of the shows I went to La Coca Nostra, so it was like House of Pain, Ill Bill, and Slain. And I remember Everlast being like, you throw another water bottle on stage, you're going to get dealt with. And no one threw another water bottle. So it's like, I think it's the persona. Yeah. And, I mean, he looked like he meant it. It was more so, though, he did explain it. Is Ill Bill had his, like, I believe his daughter was on the stage. Which, I don't know why you'd bring your daughter to that type of show. It might have been his wife. 7. Maybe. No, so I might be getting this. Maybe it was his wife. Either way, when that was explained, no more stuff was thrown. So I've been to other shows though. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's the hardest to get just hit in the head by a damn water bottle. Well, someone got hit in the head by a shoe. That was wild.
That's fucked. So we were talking about this on
George Bush. Remember one speech?
So no, they threw the shoe. Yeah, but he didn't get hit. But yo, his reflexes were tight. Yeah, that's what made me like that dude because his reflexes. He ducked. He came up with a smile though. I was like, I like this guy.
You almost got me.
Thought you had me, bitch. We were talking about this on Nerd Rage last night. Go check it out. It'll be coming out Thursday. I'm a friendly guy, I think so, but Bobby likes to always bring up the past of when I've smacked people. He's like, look, Dante will warn you before he hits you. And I'm like, dude, let's not do this. He's like, and I've seen it twice. And then he put specific names out there. I was like, God damn it, dude. Like, let's not do this. But, and then the one guy who's a newcomer to the show, he's like, well, I mean, at least he like up top. At least you warned him. I was like, I mean, yeah, like, because I don't want to do it. I don't want to hit nobody. But if I was like, dude, like, don't prank call my house. And then you talk to him, like, okay, now I'm going to fuck you up next time I see you. And I have to deliver. Or we're playing a board game. Don't touch my pieces. Oh, you touch my pieces. Now I have to deliver. It's like, just like if I say don't do it, just respect it. I'm asking nicely. But the second that you're like, oh, really? Come on, dude. I don't want to do this. Like, I'm a friendly guy. Like, I'm a really nice guy. I like people. I hug people.
Kawhi Leonard? I'm a fun guy.
I'm a fun guy. I'm like really, really nice, dude. I do nice things for people. And the second that you're like, oh, fuck this guy, he's super friendly, he's not going to hurt anyone, then that's when I got to, like...
I've heard this in the past.
Like, do dumb shit.
Like, Dante's the nicest guy ever. I'm like,
fuck you. I'm super nice, yo.
Don't score on him too much in Madden. You got to kind of keep the score close.
In NHL. Oh my God!
Don't intercept Dante 3 times in one game.
No, I was playing NHL. I don't want to say with who, but no, I was stomping. It was like 9-0, but then they made a comeback.
Oh shit! You get come back on 9-0.
Oh no, I still won, but they made a comeback, and it wasn't even that they made the comeback that bothered me. They started talking shit, and it's like, dude, there are seconds left in the game. You're not going to win this game. I'm up 13-9. Relax. They kept talking shit, so I just jumped up and wailed on him. I was like, and then he cried. And that's what did it for me. I was like, fuck.
I saw
and I had to hug him.
A meme recently was talking about like Xbox and PlayStation games, like I want to say 8 years ago. It might still be bad. I don't ever use the headset because I don't want to talk to anyone when I'm playing. But I like playing online because it's harder than the computer. But man, it was crazy. And basically the meme was insinuating how much white people were saying the N-word online.
Of course.
Because I was being caught. I was like, well, you don't know what I am, but... Should I be offended? I don't know.
It's like I'm confused. When I remember,
But it was like, man, everyone you play.
so
was
I remember
saying it.
working a job, and it was answering phones, and one of my coworkers in the cubicle next to me had a very generic name. You would never guess his race. And we all know how to put on a customer service voice, aka white voice when you're black. Um, and the person that he was talking to on the phone, he put it on speaker, just unleashed a barrage of racial slurs. And I was like, what the fuck, yo? Meanwhile, you realize you're attacking me. I have your social and all your info.
I think
Like,
that's
bust
cooled out a
chills, yo.
little bit. With I don't know because I never used the headset, so I don't hear people talking. Because that shit would get to me, not get to me, but it'd just be annoying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you because it's like a football to me. Like, I don't want to know what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
but it was bad back in the day when you had no choice. You would hear it through the speakers.
But I think that's one of my things with playing video games though too, versus doing shit in real life. Because like, look, if we're in a football field and you're talking shit, I'll just get you on the field, and we'll know. Like, no hard feelings. That's just part of the game. But you're talking shit on a video game from a distance. There's nothing I can do.
One of my
and I'm
favorite
frustrated.
memes, and I don't know if it's true or not. I like to think it's true, but dude posted a true chat from a video game. It was like, dude beat me so bad, I told him I was 11. And it was like, the dude like talk shit like, God damn, you should quit playing. He's like, I'm only 11. So then the dude's like, oh, my bad. You're pretty good for 11. And he was like, yo, I suck so bad at Madden. I told this dude I was 11. But yeah, so my one trash talk I used to do, and again, I would not do it. I don't like to use the headphone and actually talk to someone. So I would do that in chat, and it would be annoying. So this is why I would do it. But it gets people so riled up. As I would say, simple, no curse words. I just say, quit sooner. And that would get people so pissed. Oh, you. I'd be like, and then I would over exaggerate the stats because they couldn't see the stats because they quit. Which, if you don't quit, you can see the stats. So I'd over exaggerate. Like, they'd be like, oh, fuck you. Like, it was just luck. And I'd be like, man, you threw 5 interceptions in one half. You're the worst player I've ever seen. And it would just be like, stuff like that. It would just piss people so off. It was fun.
Fuck them.
And then you block them right when you give them the last message. Like, they'd be like, all right, let's rematch then. I'd be like, why would I rematch you? It was 35-0.
Oh, excuse me.
You're not worthy. Then block them, and you know it would drive them crazy.
That's why I block people on Instagram, because I know they get mad about it, because they got shit to say. So for my Instagram, for all the Instagrams, even Colompton, I have it set where if you want to comment, you have to follow, which helps boost your follows. So on BJJ Wiki, people like to comment on, so it depends on what I post. Like if I post a young lady doing jiu-jitsu and she's in tights, people like to go in there like, oh, thirst traps, blah, 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 thoughts. And I was like, okay, that's all you picked up from that? Because that was pretty good technique. I'm not putting like scantily clad women up there doing trash technique. No, they're doing good technique. They just happen to be wearing like, sports bra on their spats. And that's fine. That's the gear that some people will wear. And you got to follow me if you want to say some shit. Thanks for the follow, bitch. Now I'm getting paid more money. Now, on that, it depends on what the comment. If they say something really, really shitty, I'm definitely going to block them. But I'll say something to them before I block them. Now, some dude came at me last week. He said something dumb about one of the memes, which did very well. Like, I called him a dummy, and I'm pretty sure I said fuck, and then I blocked him. And then I got a message from Instagram. Your post has been, or your comment has been removed for violating, blah, blah. I was like, what? Like, are you mad because I blocked you? Is that what it's about? You fucking cunt. God, I hate people so much. I hate social media, yo. People are so fucking dumb. Fuck y'all. So, we talked about the hot dog hideout. We talked about Kid Cudi getting hit in the face with a fucking battery. That was great. I want to talk about jiu-jitsu because my jaw got injured this week doing jiu-jitsu. Guy was doing the fucking submission wrong. So he was trying to do what we call a punch choke. And I can't really describe it right now because I'm drunk. but he's supposed to be trying to dig his knuckle into my neck. I've got a stubby neck. Somebody brag, not me. So he couldn't get to my neck, so he's digging his knuckle into my cheek, like right here on my jawline. I'm not gonna tap to him. He's a white belt. Fuck that guy. And then eventually he let go because like, oh, this isn't working. Yeah, you think? Like, you fuck. So, we finished out. He got an omoplata, which he earned that omoplata. That was a slick setup for it. And we got back. He was exhausted because part of my whole gimmick with jiu-jitsu is I pace myself very well, and I survive very well. So you're gonna get exhausted trying to fucking submit me. So he gets the omoplata. I tap, and he's getting up to leave. I was like, "Bitch, there's still time on the clock. Get back over here." You can see like he gave that look like, "Oh fuck." I was like, "Okay, get it." And like he started. I started bottom, so he was on mount. I rolled him over, and then you just see he's exhausted. He had nothing in the tank. Meanwhile, my fucking jaw feels like it's hanging off. I'm in so much pain. All I'm thinking is like, I need to punish this dude. Like, I need to hurt this dude. So I leave. I'm a little sore. I didn't realize the full brunt of the injury until the next day when I ordered a tuna sub. And I couldn't open my mouth wide enough to eat the sub. Dude. I'm so pissed. I'm still struggling to eat today. This was like almost a week ago. Last time I had this kind of injury, it was like I threw a party at one of my former jobs, and I got punched in the neck. And I was like, what the neck? Like, this bitch punched me in the neck, so I tripped him and bit him in the stomach. Fuck him.
He's probably thinking the same thing. He bit you in the stomach?
Oh, no, I punched him in the face a bunch. I bit him in the stomach for bonus points. And Sarah was down at the other end of the hallway. She was like, all she could hear was some dude saying, this dude's biting me right now. Like, screaming. I was like, fuck him. You punched me in the neck. Of course I'm going to bite you. Fucking learn how to punch in the face. Fucker. I didn't realize, the extent of the injury until the next after I ate a double cheeseburger. And I couldn't open my mouth wide enough.
Today I just heard it was... I was going to talk about podcasts you recommend. I don't think we have time for that necessarily.
Yeah, sorry, I jumped way off that topic.
We're way off, but
yeah.
The one I listened to was The People's Party by Talib Kweli. He's a great interviewer because he knows his shit of who he's interviewing. But I listened to the Cypress Hill episode. I listened to the Cypress Hill episode. He's a great interviewer. He's a very intelligent person too. This podcast is great, but he was talking to Be Real briefly about when he went into because he was doing professional paintball for 3 years, and he was saying one of the worst spots to get hit obviously is the nuts. If you get hit there, that's rare. But he's like the neck because it's not covered, and the neck hurts like shit.
So no one thinks to wear a cup because I would wear a cup.
Oh yeah, I think it's rare that you get hit. I just think he's probably just.
It's rare that you get hit in the nuts in jiu-jitsu. I still wear a cup.
Yeah.
Nobody in my gym wears a cup but me.
And I've played paintball, and I will say, if you get hit close, it hurts. And Be Real is saying because he's a celebrity, people would see that it's him. They would light him up. Because once you get hit in paintball, you're supposed to put your hands up and be like, I'm hit. You're supposed to let them walk off the field. And he was saying, because he's a celebrity, people would be kind of smart. I kind of like throwing the battery and throwing water at stage. But... So what they did was all right, y'all going to do this to us? We're going to do it back. So his team would just start lighting up people after they're hit and just keep shooting them. And then it stopped. But he did say the neck is one of the most painful places to get hit by the paintball.
Actually, that brings me back to the battery thing because I did have kind of a follow-up to that. And this plays into that as well with celebrities. Because I've heard people when LeBron would get heckled at the games. And he gets upset about it. And I remember putting up a post and one of my friends commented and was like, oh, the millionaire can't handle being heckled. So, as a celebrity, do you feel like, as a fan, I want to see, not even, because as a fan, you should respect someone that you're a fan of. But as someone going to a show or seeing them out in public, it's like, are they fair game? Or, because you make millions, or you're a famous person.
It depends on the event a little bit. I feel like sports you're maybe a little bit more for game, just because you're supposed to be rooting for the other team. Whereas a concert, why are you at their concert if you're gonna friggin' boo them or something? Like, you know what I mean?
Or
Like,
throw batteries.
yeah, like why are you there? So I feel like sports, it's a little. I've seen some of the LeBron clips. Like they had that one white lady that was saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, then she got caught. She tried to play it off. She was like, and then like he turned around and was like, oh.
Yeah, what was the one time he was walking off and the white lady said something like, "LeBron, how's it feel to be a punk ass?"
Yeah, did I just
he
post
looked
that?
over like, what?
Yeah, I think I just posted that. I feel like
That was a little ridiculous.
but that's what I mean, though. It's like, well, it's not in game though. That's out of game. So that's what I'm saying. Is that fair? Like, I don't feel like that's fair game.
I feel like
Maybe during game, get under the skin, but like after the game, it's like.
Yeah, I feel like the really, really like harsh language like that's ridiculous. But if you say something funny as hell to like fuck with them during the game and you're the opposing team, that's fair game.
Yeah, I'll say I'll go with that
Because you got to have the home court advantage. But yeah, like a concert to me, it's ridiculous because you're ruining. Everyone's paying in there to see the freaking bands, and you ruin the show by doing something stupid like that.
So what about
or like comedians?
So what about out in public? If you just see them out and about.
I mean, if you're talking shit, then if you get hit, that's on you.
Dude, I hope.
To me, when a celebrity, defends himself, like, again, there's tons of instances. The one that's only standing up on my mind is Slain. One time, someone walked up to him and was like trying to freestyle battle him, and he said, "If you say something about my wife, I'm gonna slap you." And granted, Slain was kind of drunk, I think, at the time. He had a substance abuse problem at the time. But
I wouldn't call it a problem.
He warned him. He was like, if you say something about my wife, I'm going to slap you. And it was some nerdy dude, like, and again, it was trying to get some YouTube clout. Like, dude, this dude's making money off rap. You're nobody. But you walk up to him and whatever. His rap was kind of whack. But it was one of those situations where sometimes you say a punchline, some people would think you won, even though it was clear, like, this punchline could be generic to anybody. It wasn't specific. Slain slapped him.
As he should have. Fuck him.
He told him he was going to slap him. So,
well, exactly. He gave him
in those instances, I think you deserve it. Like, if you're going to say something disrespectful like that, because, again, I mean, there's certain things in a rap battle. It's not even a real rap battle. Like, you're nobody, I'm somebody. So, I'm doing this to just for fun. But if you're going to say something super disrespectful, and I'm warning you, like, don't say something like that.
The fact that there's a warning should be all it takes. Yeah. If you warn someone and they still step over the line, fuck them. That they deserve it. Let's get into this media real quick. We're pushing up on time. You say what'd you see this week?
Nope. So yeah, we watched Nope in the theater.
How'd that work?
Another Jordan Peele movie.
So had you seen his other two?
Remind me the names because I was trying to remember.
Get Out was the first one.
Yeah, I liked it.
And Us was the second one.
So who's the actor in Nope? Is he? Because he's the same one, right?
He's the guy from Get Out. I can never remember his name.
First off, I want to say that dude's a great actor.
Yeah,
great.
British.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that just gave him 2 more bonus points.
I mean,
because I didn't know that.
It's like Kevin Smith
playing
said.
a freaking cowboy, USA. Wow. Damn. That's surprising.
Like, how'd you like it?
I thought it was a good movie. So, is there some flaws? Yes, but you could nitpick all you want. But it's an entertaining movie. I feel like it's pretty unique. It had a little suspense to it. I just think it was different. It was unique, and I liked it.
So, it's
very entertaining to me. I don't want to give this one away.
Sure, no,
we've
I mean, it just came out too.
Yeah. So this one, I mean, it's a little different of a spin. I'll just say the acting's great. I mean, is there problems with certain parts? Yeah, but in terms of entertainment, I was thoroughly entertained and liked the movie a lot. I'll
That's
say
what
that
counts.
that dude is a phenomenal actor. There's certain people in the movie maybe not as great, but Jordan Peele makes some good ass movies. From that dude being on a sketch comedy show, Mad TV, which he put a little thing of Mad TV on there. Like there was a frame of a Mad magazine on there. I thought it was
Nice.
pretty cool. Though, and most people probably won't even get it, but
So there was he was at a panel, or maybe he was doing an interview somewhere, and somebody goes, Jordan, how does it feel to be the greatest horror movie director alive? And I love his reaction. He goes, "Whoa, I will not stand for any John Carpenter slander here." Like, it's like people get so carried away. It's like I think he's phenomenal.
so yeah, apparently, I mean, from the credits, he wrote that movie too. It was like this dude is creative as hell.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Get
would
Out.
love to be that freaking creative because this was a very creative movie for sure. Like the thought of it, creative as hell.
I so three other people I know have seen this movie, and they didn't have. So one guy was like, it wasn't bad, but nitpicking, he'll pick it apart. Another friend told me, like, he messaged me the other night and goes, I saw Nope. You could probably wait on this, which I hate that. Don't tell me to wait on it. Like, if I'm gonna go see it in the theater, I'm gonna go see it in the theater. If I'm not, I'm not. I don't typically go to the theater because it's expensive, but I got the $5 theater across the street, so I'll probably go see it upcoming. But like we were talking about this beforehand, it's like when people kind of take this weird ownership of material as a fan watching something. It's like, yes, as someone watching a movie, you should expect a certain quality from a film, but it's also like, but what when you go into something, what were you expecting? I try to go into a movie with no expectations.
Yeah, there are certain people, and I'm guilty sometimes of like, I like realism more than not realism. But there's some things like, yeah, you can't make it 100% realistic. It's a movie.
Okay. You got to suspend disbelief, like, and relax.
And this movie is, as far as I know, this whatever it is in this movie does not exist. But so it's like you got. I mean, yeah, if you nitpick, you could pick it apart certain things. But I'll tell you, I feel like the acting was really good. But that one dude, I wish I knew his name. But
Yeah.
props to that guy. Jordan Peele makes good movies. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
I mean, this dude was on a friggin' sketch show, and it's like, damn, you were. I mean, he's writing, directing, producing the movie. God damn.
I always feel like, and I want to see this movie. Even with people bashing it, I want to see it because again, I feel like people get into this pocket of they think their opinions matter more than what it really does. I think because there are 4 million podcasts in the world, I think people feel like they get on a podcast like my voice matters. I have 3 podcasts.
Yeah,
my voice does not matter.
It almost seems like it's more popular to nitpick and bash something. So, again, I'll say this is I'm not usually. I wouldn't say I was scared, and I don't get scared in movies very often. But I was like, it was a little suspenseful at some points.
Well, I think that's the thing
So
too.
that was good to me.
With-
Make me feel suspenseful is a good job because I don't feel it.
I think with horror movies, people get into this weird ideal of like, oh, it wasn't scary, it wasn't good. It's like a friend of ours, whenever she and I would talk about horror movies, she's like, well, that movie wasn't scary. It was like, okay, were you only seeing it to be scared, or were you watching it as a movie for entertainment? Because there are 2 different things there. We're looking to do an episode of So You Like Horror. We're going to talk about The Exorcist. It's not confirmed that we're going to do The Exorcist, but it sounds like everybody's leaning towards The Exorcist. We're going to get together, do a little cookout over here, get down here in the basement, watch The Exorcist, sit down, have a conversation about it, then see where it goes. Now, Sarah's response to, oh, The Exorcist? There are far scarier movies out there than The Exorcist. Okay, so it's not about scary. It's about the impact that movie had during the time, number 1. Number 2, the 2 other guests that are going to be on this episode were raised Catholic. So that plays a bigger role into all of that as well. You know, there are layers to movies. So just to say, oh, well, the movie isn't scary. Yeah, but what else did you get from the movie? If all you were looking for was being scared, then you went in with a silly, you know, thing. And I don't know. I mean, like you said, it was suspenseful and it got you. It was
sometimes
tense.
jump scares scare people, but then it's like
Jump
that's
scares,
not always a masterful plot necessarily.
I think, is a cheap
Yeah.
thrill. I don't like jump scares because it's not about being scared as much as it's about just like shocking you. Like
Yeah.
like I like to watch a scary movie that's, if it's gonna be scary, I want to be fucked with for days.
So I like the. We talked about it before. It's the Rob Zombie version of Halloween.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Same. I was a fan. So many people hate it, and it's like, but I think also Rob Zombie's in that pocket though. It's cool to hate Rob Zombie, and it's like, why? Like, oh, I hate that he puts his wife in his movies. Okay, and like, let me ask you this, because I'll say this right now: if I'm a movie director, like, well, so even better, my wife does the ad for So You Like Horror. She there's an ad at the beginning of the episode. My wife reads the ad because she's fucking good at it. Like, I also have her read some of the intros. If I can't get the other guests to read it, I have my wife read the intro. Like, let somebody tell me, oh, you shouldn't have her read that. She's not good at it. Are you better? Because, I mean, otherwise, shut the fuck up. You know, that's the thing that bugs me with people who criticizes Rob Zombie. It's like, you know, they don't want Sherry Moon in his movies. It's like, well, she's not a bad actress. I felt like she was great in Halloween. She was fucking phenomenal in fucking House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Like, holy shit. You know, but people get on this high horse about hating on someone's materials. Like, well, look, bitch, until you start making movies, shut the fuck up. Also, I mean, I get it too if you're going to a movie to, you know, because you're the audience. It's like, well, why are you really there? Are you just there to nitpick?
Or it's weird to me.
I mean,
because every movie you can nitpick.
Yeah, every single one. Like, I love that movie Black Phone, and there's some issues. There are a lot of issues, but I thought it was a fucking good movie. The issues that I had with the movie, lacking some depth.
Shoot, one of my favorite movies, and your favorite movies too, The Professional. I hate that they have that freaking reggae dude cop.
He doesn't bother me.
But I mean, it's like, why is he talk? He seems like he's an undercover cop. Why is he like Ribamba clock?
I think it was just of the times what they're doing in movies. You just have that one goofy fucking dumb character. I mean, the only thing that I say that I would nitpick about that is, again, depth. And I felt like there's a pretty good amount of depth, but there's still some depth to some, like Leon. There's some depth missing from him. You know, Stansfield, I want a little bit more about him. I mean, I felt like Matilda, we got her story. And to be fair, I would say this is more of a Matilda story.
Yeah, and damn, to me, it's funny too because Natalie Portman's amazing. But
so
that's my favorite Natalie Portman movie.
So there's this guy on TikTok. He's been doing actors and actresses, like roles that they pass up on. And Natalie Portman, the roles that she passed on, it's amazing what she's passed on. Some really good roles, but her reasons for it were really fucking legit reasons. And it's like, dude, I love that girl more and more each time. But yeah, like I'm gonna check out Nope. I want to see it.
I liked it,
and that's good enough for me. Because people are saying they didn't say they didn't like it, they're just criticizing it. It's like, you're not giving me a reason not to see it. Tell me the reasons to see it. I don't care about why not to see it.
I'm sure it's similar to something because there's been millions of movies, but to me it was a little unique. It's not the typical.
So there's something I saw, and I wish I could find it again. They're talking about, like, in Hollywood, all the movies that we have in Hollywood, there are only 36 original premises, and it just gets rotated and reused. It was like, that seems accurate. Because
it's like music. It's
Yeah.
about drugs, girls, cars, money. That could probably sum up 90% of the song.
Yeah.
And as much as we like to talk about our era of hip hop compared to today's hip hop, it was pretty much about the same subject matter. We used more words though.
Yeah. Um,
We rhymed the words.
we
We didn't just say phrases.
there were words
Over
that
and over.
rhymed that shouldn't have rhymed, but somehow they rhymed.
ODB was great at that.
Like it was like, oh, I don't think that's supposed to rhyme, but made it work. Buster was good at that. It was like, I'm pretty sure that doesn't rhyme, but
The
believe you.
People's Party podcast. I listened to I didn't finish it, but it was Raekwon, and it was just Raekwon early on. He was one of those that would make some big words rhyme that
Yeah.
you didn't necessarily need to use. But he was an interesting guy.
yeah, I'm a fan. I watched Bill Burr's comedy special on Netflix. It was good. It was really
He
good.
speaks the truth.
It was really good. It was really, really good. Now, I will say, as good as Bill Burr's special was, I bought the Andrew Schulz special. He was trying to get it, I guess, put on a streaming network. They told him to change some of the jokes. He was like, fuck it, I'm going to release it on my own. He says he made 3 times his money back, which is great. I love it. Love to hear that.
Yeah, he was just on.
He was on Joe Rogan this
I think
past
it
week.
was.
Well, I'm listening to it right now, at least. But
I think it was the whiskey. No, what's it called? It's the one Bobby Lee and whatever his name is.
that,
Bad Friends. Bad Friends. So, maybe I'm wrong. I think it was Bad Friends or else Tiger Belly. But he was talking about that, and he was like, I think he set a record for like the initial push. But then he was saying he also owns it, so he was like,
yeah.
whatever the Netflix initial numbers were, he can then sell it to something else, or whether he did pay-per-view or whatever.
So
There's no one better though. Real quick before I forget it, crowd work than him.
I was going to fucking say, yo, that entire special is
'Cause
crowd work and it is magic.
He is amazing because when you're doing the crowd work, that shit's off the top of the dome.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's anyone better than him off the top of the dome.
So I don't know who the streamer was that wouldn't take him. I'm assuming Netflix, but I can't remember what happened that made me think it wasn't Netflix. But so I ordered it early in the week, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna wait till we're both, all Sarah and I, so we can sit down and watch. So we watched the Bill Burr thing on Friday night, and it was late, and I was like, should I put on the Andrew Schulz thing? It was like, by this point, it was like 1:30. I was like, no, let's just go to bed. So we go out to Newmarket, we do Nerd Rage. And I was like, okay, we get home about, I want to say maybe midnight. Or about midnight. And I was like, okay. Just come downstairs, we, got some supper, late supper. I was like, because, I ordered it off his website, I have to watch it off like the Chromecast type
Yeah,
deal.
I heard him talking about that.
It's kind of annoying, but I can cast it to the TV with no problem here.
I think he was saying too, like if you did buy the pay-per-view, he's gonna eventually, like it's gonna be give it to you, like a DVD sort of type thing. Like you own it now.
I dig it. So yeah, because come the 31st, it's not available. It's gone. You can't buy it. So I was like, let me get a copy now. So, dude, let me tell you, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. It got to a point, it ended at the right time because I had a headache from laughing. I was dizzy. Like, I was in bad shape from laughing so fucking hard, dude.
So, there's the comedians with bits, and I've seen some comedians overuse their bits. Cause I'm like, damn, it's been 10 years, you're still saying the same jokes. And one of my favorites is Bobby Lee. He does the same. I've seen him 3 times, and 80% of it was the same material. He's going off the top of the dome. A lot of it.
This dude, the crowd work for this was magic. And a lot of it's on Instagram because like he'll do like little clips, but the clips are edited though too. So parts that I thought like, oh, this is coming, like, oh no, there's more to it. There's a lot more to it. Good.
He's
I love
so
it.
quick-witted.
Yeah, he's a fucking funny guy, smart guy, and it's like it's not even because like whoever the streamer was that told him to change the jokes, like listen to his like look, his jokes were no worse than anyone else that we've heard. It's just that crowd work I think is what they were probably not okay with because you know he was talking to there was like a interracial couple, a black chick and a white dude. And I can't remember what it was. It was like I think it was the vasectomy. They're talking about birth control, and he's like, "All right, tell me some other good birth control." Everybody like people shouting shit out, and then he gets to this couple, and then one lady goes vasectomy, and he starts fucking with them, and he's like, "Dude, you look like somebody left Patrick Swayze or no Val Kilmer, in boiling water or some shit, whatever it was." And then he's like, he looks at his hair, he's like, "Yo, you got a fucking great fucking head of hair." And he looks at the chick and he looks at her and is like, "Did y'all like share wigs for this one?" Or something like whatever. And she got pissed. But then he brought it back though and got a laugh out of her. Then he walks over to the other side. He sees another chick in the crowd, not smiling, not laughing. So he starts fucking with her. But he got a laugh out of her. And it's like that shit, there's a skill to that because you have to look at that. Like when you're looking at that crowd, that's tough because if you're looking at your crowd and someone's not laughing, that hits the ego because it's like, shit, why is this person not laughing?
To me, he's number one in crowd work by far.
Yeah, easily. And that's the thing I want. It's like, he's done some clips on Instagram. There's like one chick, she's like choking or some shit, and they help her, and then another lady chimes in, and then later on it turns out she's an EMT or something. He's like, you're EMT? Then bitch, why didn't you go back there and save her? It's like, like. There are people that'll fuck with them. It's like, and he's like, okay, I'll turn this around on you. He's the comedian where it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to sit in the front row. I want to sit in the front row because they'll come at me. But number one, but number two, it's like, don't heckle because if you heckle, you're the target, and he's the best at fucking getting that target on, and fucking obliterating you.
I've been to New York twice. I would love to go back.
Flex.
But I went to that's not bad. I went to New York twice. Damn. But no, I went to a comedy show once. They purposely sat me in the front row. And it was this particular time was one of the coldest weekends ever in New York. It was like a record cold. But I was wearing my Celtics hat, the beanie.
I know the one.
And the nose ring. And whatever, they set me in front. But two comedians, it was funny. It was two different ones. They were like, oh, and I think they purposely set me there. And it was probably because it was a small crowd. They're like, oh, of the people we got, we can fuck with this guy. So one guy serenaded me, and it was funny. But he played the guitar and sang me a love song, and it was kind of funny. He was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Steve." He's like, "You look like you work out." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You like to work out?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he made this song it was kind of a funny bit he made this gay song of how we wanted to work out together. It was funny though. And the next guy though, he got it wrong, but I know what he was going for. He was like, "You look like the dude from Cypress Hill." I was like, "I don't look Latino." I definitely don't. But I know he meant Jumper, probably House of Pain. Because of wearing the Celtics hat and the nose ring. But I was talked about every single comic when you sit in the front row. So I recommend if you don't want to be put on the spot, don't sit in the front row. And by the way, that show was a small crowd. They sat me in the front row. So I had suspicion I was being picked to sit in that front row for a reason. And every single comedian said something to me. Like I was a part of every act.
I would say anyone listening to this, there's a couple of days before it ends. Go to andrewschultz.com.
Hell yeah.
Order it. If you can't, message me. Like I will log you in, but please go order it. Like this dude deserves it. This shit was so good, dude. It's like the Bill Burr special was really good. Fucking loved it because it went in some places that you wouldn't expect it to go, but it all came back and it was so good. And I was like, dude, I laughed a lot. I didn't get a headache from laughing, but I laughed a lot. But
Yeah,
that Andrew Schulz shit,
yeah, Andrew
dude,
Schulz.
I was like, I looked at Sarah because I was laughing so hard. I'm like falling off the couch laughing, and I'm like holding my head. So I was like, "You okay?" I was like, "No, my head hurts." I was like, "You okay?" I was like, "I'm laughing too much, man. My fucking head is splitting."
And to me, there's something way more special about someone that can make it up on the spot because
Yes.
that shit's not pre-planned.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, he had bits written out, but he had a magic to it because it's like, okay, I'm going to go to this person and set up a premise off of it. Like he had a premise already set, but it's like I'm going to build it off of them that's already set in place. So, but it's like those small pieces again of the crowd work that makes it work because, again, he comes in, talks about contraceptives and birth control. He already had a plan for that. But now let's get the crowd involved. Now, the one chick who was sitting there like mean mugging is like, okay, well, let's go play with that. And again, he got a laugh out of her. Like, because he was like, what? Well, like, what's wrong? You're not laughing. And she's like, well, because like we just don't agree on things. Like, what don't we agree on? And, he goes through the list. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure we're both pro-choice. And it's like, there was something else and something else. It's like, I think we're more alike than you think. And then there's like a punchline in there. I was like, dude, he fucking nails it every time.
He says something recently of like how he misses Trump because there's so much material. from him.
Dude, yeah, he hits that in there too. It's like, he's like, I'm not gonna lie, kind of miss Trump. It is like, because like, come on, let's be honest. Who here loves Biden? And
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like for anyone that hates Trump, you can't defend him with Biden because Biden is he's senile.
but that's the thing. There's so many people that do. There's so many people that are like so gung ho on Biden. It's like, what? Like, no, you're dumb. Like, what? Like, you're stupid.
He might be the first president that universally like. There's really nothing you say good about him. It's just that the opponent was
modern.
that bad.
There's some presidents, just because I'm a weirdo at work. Like I'd start going through looking at old presidents because there's tons of presidents we don't know, like Monroe, Pierce, like Tyler Polk, shit like that. But some of those presidents, they are in that pocket too. It's like no one has anything universally good to say nor bad. It's just like people just didn't know their president. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean certain presidents were considered like bad presidents that were popular. Like I think Kennedy was one.
So
Roosevelt,
Reagan was
terrible, but he was super well liked.
Yeah, I mean he was a Hollywood actor, so that really plays into it.
I think The Rock can do it.
That's a weird one because it's like he probably
won't
could.
be good. It's just we need someone that can defeat the Republican, Democrat.
There's a post I sent it to Sarah. I didn't put it up anywhere, but they're talking about how like basically the Democrats like were kind of funneling in donation money to really try to get Trump in because they're like that's going to be the easy victory for Hillary.
Yeah, they fucked up that year of Hillary picking Hillary.
Dummies. They almost fucked up with picking Biden. That shit was closer than you think.
Yeah, his speeches are like, what are you talking about?
Dude, are you soiling yourself right now on stage?
I still never get the whole speech with the kids feeling his leg hair under the pool. I don't know where he's going with that one.
This dude's a fucking lunchbox. I also watched. I may have mentioned it before, but I watched it and kind of get with intent of understanding it. This movie's called X. It's a horror movie. Let me take a real quick drink here. Scratchy throat.
Who drinks water on the Colompton Beer Club?
It's liquid IV, son.
It does look thick.
Misty. Actually, I like to put the liquid IV in I'll take 2 bottles of water and mix is good with 2 bottles. 1 bottle, it's a little strong. But I watched X, and the premise is a group of adult filmmakers. They're basically doing just that. They're looking to make a film. It stars Kid Cudi as the token black guy.
We say adult film, porn or adult?
So it's a horror film, but the premise is there's a group of people like they're filming an adult film, a porn, in 1979. So tough times, difficult times, and they basically rent out a room in I guess you could say Texas Chainsaw style home. It's in Texas, and it's like just off like the fucking beaten path, like home. And it's like this shit gets a little. It's like it's a slasher, so it's like you can't really give away too much by telling. But motherfuckers start dying. They're filming a porn. It does get a little creepy with like the old couple, because there is an old couple that pops up because they're renting the room out. The first time I watched it, I was like, it's decent. The second time I watched it, now I get to critique it. I don't think it's a bad movie still. I just think after like watching Black Phone, which was supposed to be set in 78, there's a grittiness to that movie where it's like I feel like I'm watching a movie from the 70s. This movie, I felt like I was watching a movie with a bunch of people from 2021 cosplaying as people in 1979. The cinematography was very crisp. It was clean. It felt like, oh, this is modern. This is polished.
Yeah, 79, even if you were there, you have perfect vision. Something about it wasn't, it wasn't crisp. Dude, there's a lot of brown.
Dude, I remember fucking
green,
like 82. And she was just like, 82. If you watch a movie that was set in 82, that's how life looked.
Yeah, that's what I mean is like my vision of what it was like back then. It wasn't even in HD in my real eyes.
Yeah. This shit was like for sure staticky.
We had some blurry toys. We had some brown chairs and some green chairs.
Yeah, man, that orange.
We had the box TVs.
Ugh.
I saw pictures from our first apartment. Our curtains were orange, green, and brown. The TV was...
But those were the colors of the time, son.
Like, it's got to be a 13-inch with the rotary.
Mm-hmm. But the movie wasn't a bad movie. It was just one of those. It's a movie that I would say it doesn't have a lot of rewatch value in the sense of like I'm going to sit down. Like I'll watch Halloween over and over. That's just a classic to me. I'll rewatch Nightmare on Elm Street over and over. It's a classic. Now again, these are classics. Obviously, you rewatch them. This wouldn't stand as a classic for me, but I would put it on for background noise. Like if I'm down here, dusting and like reorganizing the figures, it could be on for background noise.
By the way, before I forget, one of the previews was for Halloween Final.
So Halloween Ends. That's what it's called.
My bad. Same thing.
So some of the notes I had, and I don't want to go deep into it. We're over 2 hours now. So Comic-Con San Diego was this weekend. San Diego Comic-Con is huge. It's massive now. So all the trailers for everything dropped. Halloween Ends. That's why.
Who's directing that?
I don't.
Because Michael Myers, to me, in that one looked like Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, but I mean, it was really quick.
So it's kind of the same ideal where it's like there's nothing supernatural about him. He's just a regular ass dude. I will say this: from when the 2018 Halloween came out, and then you kind of reevaluate and you're looking at it. So this is supposed to be a sequel from the first Halloween from 78. So it's 40 years later. So all those other movies...
Jamie Lee's in it. That's the only obvious thing.
So all the other movies don't exist. It's just 78, then 2018, and then these last two movies. So one thing I always kind of point out about that movie is like, Michael wasn't after Jamie at all in this movie. They led him to her. She thought that he was after her, so she attacked him. And of course, bitch, you attack him. I'm gonna kill you now. You just shot at me. Like, no, this isn't okay. So this series of movies is interesting. The last one was not very good, but it's still, again, it's one of those things. Background noise. I'll put it on in the background just to have it on. It's not something I would say, oh, I need to rewatch this over and over. Now the 2018 one, I can rewatch that one over and over. I thought it was really good. This new one, I'm a little excited for it, and I like that the trailer didn't give you a whole lot. So I'm excited to just see what you have to offer. Because I feel like that second one that they did in 2021 should have been like basically it could have been two movies, and I think they just kind of dragged that one out to get to this one. Now those Comic Con trailers, we did get a Black Panther 2 trailer. Looks fucking beautiful. I'm excited. My concern is that so many people love that first one that there's this high expectation for the second one. Just let the movie be what it's going to be. Chadwick Boseman is dead, and they do address that in the movie. They show it in the trailer. You know, I don't know what angle they're going to take with it. They're going to introduce a new major character.
Someone will take up his, because they showed in the first one that his power could be transferred.
Correct. And we don't know where that's going to go. They introduced a new major character, Namor the Submariner. That's going to be fun because they kind of hinted at it in Avengers Endgame when they're talking to the holograms in the Koye. They say, yeah, there's some seismic activity in the ocean. She was like, we'll handle it by not handling it. That's what they're referring to. It's like, look, we don't fuck with the Atlanteans. They don't fuck with the Wakandans. We just leave it alone. So I'm interested to see where that story goes. They released the panel or the timeline for the next run of movies, and there are a lot of fucking exciting titles. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also like with just what they just did with Phase 4 is kind of like I'm exhausted. But there's so many good things upcoming. They got a lot of good DC films coming up. The Rock is going to be Black Adam. That's
where I got our friend's name from.
It's a weird movie because it's like I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not interested, but I'm gonna watch it because you know.
So is Kevin Hart in that movie, or
Black Adam? He shouldn't.
The way I got the Pete name was from them interviewing. It was just like it was Kevin Hart and The Rock together, and it was just so funny because they're like, what? They're like, Jack Black was this character in this movie with you, and you're Black Adam. What would Kevin Hart be? And that's when he gave me that name. Yeah. That still makes me laugh.
There was some other good trailers, but basically, like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it because we're so far in already, and I'm excited, but that's that nerd shit I'm into though. So
what is? Yeah, I don't know why I don't want to see The Rock as a superhero.
I mean, he's a superhero in every fucking movie anyway.
He's kind of like I love him in again, the underrated movie we talked about was Jumanji.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a great movie. He's the Scorpion King. I never saw that one.
It's been on in the background at the old apartment.
Yeah,
because I bought it. Like I got that shit. I was like, yeah, it's on all the time.
We're busy cheating in spades.
I was busy at winning in spades, son. Don't
same thing.
Don't slight my name. Black Adam is. I mean, and that's the thing. The character in the comic actually looks like The Rock. So, and it's an older character anyway. So it's like, okay, just fucking. And that was always like a fan casting. They always said like, oh, The Rock could play Black Adam. Well, just make it happen. And here we are. And there's a lot of other comic book movie drama that was going on, but ultimately, San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel was like, yeah, we'll be there, but we're probably not going to reveal a lot, and they revealed so much more. I was like, okay. And because they have this thing called D23 that they do in September for Disney. So if they revealed all this here, I can only imagine what they're going to reveal there, because that's where they do the big reveals. They still have a lot of trailers that they didn't drop, a lot of information. Blade got a release date for next fall of 2023, shit like that, because I know people are really kind of hanging on to that, like, oh, we want Blade. And the thing that I love that they didn't mention, because everybody, as soon as Disney bought Fox, everybody was like, yes, we're going to get the X-Men, we're going to get mutants. They didn't mention one thing about fucking X-Men or the mutants, and I'm fucking excited about that, because I fucking hate everybody that's like, yeah, I want to see the X-Men. I think they should just say, fuck everything and do only X-Men movie. Fuck Avengers. Yeah. Fuck them. Just, like, that shit bugs me. It's like, just let them fucking do what they're going to do. Let it play out. They did it for 20 plus movies and it fucking worked like magic. What it was called the Infinity Saga. They titled this group of phases is called the Multiverse Saga. And I was like, you know what, good. And I'm pretty sure the next group will probably be the Mutant Saga. because that's where we'll get the X-Men and all that shit later on. Perfect. Let's get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, I had more to talk about. We'll wait.
We got tons to talk about. Tons
This
to
is a
talk
random
about.
Sunday.
I was like, honestly, I was like,
to work.
honestly, I was like, let's just talk forever, just split into 2 episodes. But it's like, I gotta piss. I gotta still edit off the mats. And like, look, I'm gonna be honest, I gotta jerk off. So
We know it requires opening the window.
I mean, the curtains are already open, son. We got new neighbors too. They probably gonna take out the trash. They might catch a fucking view of the show. Fuck them. Like, don't be looking in my window, bitch. So thanks as always, everyone who's listening. We do appreciate the fuck out of you. If you got any questions, concerns, always feel free to reach out to us. You can catch me at bjj.wiki on Instagram. Steve's at thor.bentley on Instagram. Collectively, we're at Colompton Beer Club on Instagram. Shoot us some topics, questions, whatever. We're there. We're friendly guys. We listen. Otherwise, yeah. Got anything else to add?
2 things. Hot Dog Hideout, sponsor us.
Yeah.
At least give us some food.
I'm
We'll
gonna tag
shout
you,
out.
bitch.
And then good soup.
Y'all name is suspect. But yeah, bye, bitches.